Hmm?
Ah, right, cool. We're recording.
Don't you have like screen recording software you can use?
Sorry, mate?
Don't you have like screen recording software you can use?
Well, it's the joy with Zoom. It actually records it for you. It does it all for you. So I'll just be able to download this and then upload it all. Hello, mate.
Hey,
Nice to see you. How are you?
not bad. You guys?
All good.
Not bad, not bad.
Right, just for you guys to know, the build-off, Brandon and I have managed to get another sponsor.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we've got a company called, funny enough, Exit.
Oh, that's the place where you get your paint.
It is, yeah. So I'm hopefully going to get some Turbo Dork paint from them.
Nice.
That would be cool.
Yeah, they've said they'll give us some stuff, so we'll see what they give us.
I need to try and
That would be
squeeze off
real cool.
some paint.
It's worth talking to anyone about paint. They'll all give it to you. Every time I've done something with their paint, I've posted and just added so much information about it.
Oh,
That's cool. So what's everyone working on this evening?
My semi again?
Yeah?
I'm 50-50 between working on my air Cuda and then the 53 Corvette that I told you about.
Oh, nice.
It was given to me with the deal that paint it a specific way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they were like, oh, I want pearl white. And I was like, there are two colors I hate painting more than anything in this world, and that is white and yellow.
I've only ever done one successful white paint job.
White
and there's about 8 coats of white on that.
Mm-hmm.
Rattle can white is
only okay.
Paint.
So Brandon's obviously working on his Nova. I'm working on a massive bar of chocolate and some beer.
I'll be getting to this soon enough. As soon as I get done with a few more things.
So I went to Hobby Lobby in an attempt to get like jet engine parts.
How'd you get on?
Not really well, in all honesty. Like, I looked at the shelves and I was like, man, this outbreak sucks. Everyone's decided they're a hobby builder now.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's a lot of Revell USA have had a revival because of people buying cars to build.
Yep.
It's great for them.
I gotta move this.
I'm still gotta find one close. I gotta find one close to me.
I want one in England.
Mine's an hour and a half away over here.
I've got a flight to the
Next time I
States to
take
go
a
to
trip,
Hobby Lobby.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
When I take a trip out there, I'll let you know.
Yeah, please.
Oh, hey, Andy.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, the way you pronounce that paint is Caraco.
It's
Caraco.
Caraco.
We were trying to figure that out yesterday.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
But awesome, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
It's a great colour.
It is. It's kind of got a little bit of a teal color to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I keep looking at it in different lights. It goes from blue to green.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the blue and the green are so far apart. It's just nuts.
Yeah, I've seen that.
These wires are
I got a
painting.
question for Brandon.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at your build and I see that you did wiring. Did you
Yes,
actually drill the holes inside the cap or no?
Oh, for what I'm doing here? No, I actually I should have done some progress video here. No, what I actually did is I scuffed up the top of the see if I can zoom in on this. Guess not. I scuffed up the top of the distributor after I painted it to get it back to raw plastic. And it's a little messy there. I don't know how great that's coming through, but right in here there's some glue. You can see the glue, but I had to I glued the wires to each point there. And they wanted to break off. So I had to really kind of put the glue in there. As far as the block, I basically just scuffed some paint away to the raw plastic again, because we all know how paint and glue work
Yeah.
together very well. So I basically just going real tedious here, and I put up all my wires, and then now I'm running them through under the headers. I would have done them previous to the header, but they had to go in second. But yeah, basically, yeah, I have done that though. What I've done before is I've taken the tip of the X-Acto, and you can literally just start drilling a little hole yourself through wherever you want to put the wires. And in fact, from now on, I think I'm going to do that, especially in the block. I'm going to put holes just to put them in, glue them, and then if the distributors are big enough and if they will accommodate little holes like ones I've done in the past, yeah, definitely holes are the way to go. If not, you're sitting there gluing one, let it dry, onto the next, let it dry, do something else. And it is pretty painstaking. It's taken me about 2-3 days just to get here to the last few wires. Good times though. And then I'm gonna have a problem here, guys. Check this out. When I slide this motor in, it's a pain already to get in here, but once I back it up to the firewall, all these wires make contact with it, so that's gonna be a pain. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but wish me luck.
Modeling is not fun.
I've discovered very quickly that AMT not really good on their models, in all honesty.
You're calling me.
Called it. So MPC's worse.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Berg is like the top tier of worst build ever.
It really puts you to, it challenges your skills though. It really makes a builder out of you if you can get one of those suckers together.
When you build a Linden, you pretty much have to
you want a challenging kit? Get a Lindbergh Charger.
My Lindbergh wasn't too bad. What was it?
Yeah, my instructions are backwards. I was telling Andy about it. The instructions are backwards, dude. Like,
Andy, I still got that one in the shelf. I don't even know if I want to start it.
Yeah, I got the Dodge Charger, and it's. I was like, no, I'm done.
If you look at the last build I did before the Mustang, that I have that the Camaro interior with the Pontiac GTO body, that kit sucked. That sucked. I did more shaving and cutting and I don't know. I'm scared of moving the model because I think I'm gonna break apart if I move it too much.
Right.
I have to say, the majority of kits I've built are either Revell or Tamiya. They're just so much easier to get over here. But I did manage to do. That's a tester's kit. I didn't even know they made cars. I thought they just did paint.
Testers, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been quite a while since they put a kit out, but yeah, they used to do snap kits and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I was quite impressed though. I don't know if you guys can see this or will be able to see it.
Nice.
Well, that's just the engine.
Wow.
Not very detailed.
Not too bad for testers.
No, it's not detailed at all. But I thought that was just so. Considering it's 3 pieces,
all right.
I thought that looked quite good. Quite impressed with that. But the kit, you're right, the kit is shit. But yeah, it was all right to build though. It went together well, fitted together well.
Personally, though, the worst Lindenberg kit I've ever built was the Lindenberg Dodge L700. The hinges don't fit, the wheels don't fit, and the 2 times I built it, some of the parts are actually missing straight from the bottom.
That sounds like most of the kits I buy off of eBay.
And then you try to get your parts, you order, you call the people that made the kit, they don't want to send you no parts because they don't believe.
Yeah. And then when they send you the parts, they're always 3 months after you finish building them.
I feel like going ahead and buy another kit, take the parts up, and then send it back.
I had that with a Ferrari from Revell. I messaged them, and I did Revell USA and Revell Germany. And the thing is, because their email addresses were exactly the same, one of them said, "No, we don't do that part anymore." And then 2 months later, the kit turned up at my door. I was like, well, I wasn't quite sure who sent it to me.
Just thank both of them.
But it won't be fun if it's easy.
Oh yeah.
Doing it.
Motor's coming out good. I should be working on mine, but I'm in another room. I'm in another room, so.
Well, I'm gonna put another coat on this, I think, tonight.
I like the color on that. Came out real nice.
Yeah, it's really, that's one coat as well.
Really?
So I was just amazed.
What
once it goes on, though, it's really rough.
What base color?
All of them, when it goes on, it's really rough. There's no smoothness in it at all.
Oh, the Turbo Dork, yeah, it does have a rough finish to it.
Yeah, but when you clear over the top, it just comes into its own.
Yeah.
When you guys normally build things with hinges, what do you use for the hinges? Because I tried using model airplane like flap hinges for the hood of this truck, and the plastic does not want to bind to whatever they use.
I've never done hinges myself.
Yeah, I've looked at it. I've never got one to be successful.
I see a lot of guys using the, just little metal rods. A Jay Walker Designs custom makes a lot of hinges. I've seen his.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't get a hold of those.
Yeah, I think I might have to make some. I really don't know.
Well, we've got the Master of Hinges coming in shortly.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
Bullet 87's on his way.
Yeah.
So you better pick his brains as much as you like.
Have to.
Last wire.
Also, this steering column in this interior bucket, I used a little too much glue, and now I can't get it back out to repaint it. You guys got any tips? I've heard putting it in the freezer helps.
What glue?
Let's see, what is this? Tester cement comes in a little red tube.
Right, if that's like super glue.
It's plastic cement. It's not going to help.
Huh.
Yeah, nothing then.
I'll put it in the freezer for a couple minutes, and I'll see what happens. Be right back.
Basically, testers is a cement. It'll melt it together. Putting it in the freezer's not going to help. It's not a super glue. It won't break.
Yeah.
So. Sorry, I'm in the process of scanning all those decals for you, buddy.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah, I've done the 53 Corvette, the Datsun BRE, scanning the 68 Charger, and then I'll go into the Plymouth Cuda, the 66 Mustang, and then I've got some other stuff. I've got a Plymouth GTX one here, Firebird, so on and so forth.
Wow, thank you.
No skin off my nose, dude. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings to press the button a couple times. What one do I want to do next? I guess the Firebird would be better to do next.
What a pain.
Oh, hell yeah, I forgot I had both Firebird sets of decals in here, the 70 and the 77. Hell right.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
A little tip for those who are doing like a 50 semi build, the American LaFrance fire truck wheels work really well, because that's what I'm using.
Oh, shit. This is not working out. Such a tight spot. Go this way.
So everybody enjoying this pandemic?
Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Sure, for you,
The pandemic and the riots. I don't know which one is better.
Screwed everything up.
Well, I worked 43 days straight through the pandemic, so hopefully, if the riots can take out some of the businesses that I print labels for, I'm down.
When the riots
I got
started, though,
I got
almost
kind of
seemed
lucky. I got laid off right before the pandemic, so I've been home collecting.
The
Right,
company that I work for, they were like, oh, we might have to shut down. And we're like, oh, okay. They're like, we'll pay you the entirety of the time we're down. And we're like, okay, cool. And then they started saying, oh, we're working the weekend. We're working the weekend. Oh, now we're working 7 days. Now we're working 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. And we ended up working 43 days straight with no days
Wow.
off.
They went like this to you.
And then they were like, oh, well, okay, here's the thing. We didn't get no bonuses. We didn't get no increase on our check. We didn't get nothing. I was like, baggers at Kroger are getting $1 increase, and they're getting a hero bonus at the end of every week. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is somebody who puts groceries in bags. I'm operating heavy machinery
Right.
43 days straight, and I can't even get $1. Like, seriously?
Well,
But I
The world
guarantee
we
you
live
that
in.
if you didn't go, you would have had no job.
Oh, hell yeah.
True.
That's how they were, man.
Yeah.
But it's funny when the riots started, everyone's like, "Oh, what's the coronavirus? Never heard of it."
Exactly. Gone. Gone.
And
this-
I love that media.
there's even rumors that that Ebola is back too. Don't know if that's actually
Oh
true.
God. It's all garbage, guys. All garbage.
What the hell, Tom?
Coil wire, guys, and I'm done.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. It's been a pain in the dick. Here we go. A little
That's
glue.
the one thing that I'm regretting about this flying Plymouth is that it's going to be covered in wires. I got to detail
only do
the
these
whole underside
wires.
of the car and have everything hanging off, and I'm just like, oh, I got this.
I've
Well,
had a
you-
couple of these pop off along the way too, and I've had to go back and put them back
yeah.
on. It's been very
That'll happen,
tedious.
I was actually contemplating putting lights on mine, and then I said, too much fucking wires. I don't know.
Oh,
Just kind of a general
Take-
question for anyone: has anyone ever tried plumbing a diesel motor?
Nope.
no, but it did successfully plumb a turbo into an RB26 and stuffed it inside a Mustang.
RB26. Oh yeah, the Fast and Furious Mustang.
No, it was used as an inspiration, but it's not the one that I actually did. The Mustang build-off that we just did, I basically made a pink Mustang with a whole bunch of JDM logos and everything all over it, put Nissan GTR,
The drifter.
Liberty Work, body, wheels and everything, and then took an R32 Skyline, took the engine out of it, learned how to completely
Boom.
plumb a turbo, did a headlight intake, built all that, and then successfully plumbed it using solder and everything. So, no, I don't know how to do a diesel, but I do know how to do an RB26 now because it took weeks to learn that shit.
Yeah, and I asked this to an actual diesel mechanic who also builds models, and he's like, I don't even think there's professionals that have done that, because here's how a diesel engine works. You got all the fuel lines that go into the individual cylinders, but even since the diesel doesn't have spark plugs, but here's the thing, you got all the fuel return lines, and you have lines that go to every other or each piston for the fuel that isn't used. So it has twice the plumbing and none of the electrical.
Look up Paul Turley on YouTube. He built a bus that has a diesel motor in it. And his name's Paul Turley. He's like, I don't know, he's got glasses, builds models. He's the one who told me about the Lindbergh kit being built backwards. Like, that's when I found out that the instructions were completely wrong, and I started watching him build his Charger, and I was like, fuck. But no, he's
Isn't
built a whole
Lindbergh
bunch
owned by
of them.
AMT?
What?
Isn't Lindbergh owned by AMT?
No, I thought Limburg was a
They're
German.
round
I
2.
thought they were their own.
Because it would make sense if
Hold
they
on.
were, because they're just as backwards as AMT is.
Hours later, burn some of the bushings out with the inside of the bushings. That was still smoking. So the inside of the bushing. Now I gotta finish the rest of this. Just see what I'm gonna do. Like burn some out here and them out. This was supposed to take an hour, hour and a half, but it's been like 3-4 hours now. I'm still here doing this. So we'll see how this goes, man. All right, so it's late now. It's about 10 o'clock.
Jeez.
Yeah, we've been working these bushings out. Finally, thanks to Enrique. Good looking out.
How you doing, Chester? You all right, buddy?
What's up?
We got one.
Welcome.
Alex,
Chester's here. What up, Chester?
What's up, everybody?
What up, man?
I was doing way
Always
too much.
good to see you.
I'm late. Just a slight late.
Oh, that's all right. It's no worries.
Fashionably late.
You were late, but you made it
Walking
look
to a
good.
party late.
You're allowed to be late to the party.
I was
Check
out
this out. Go ahead.
sourcing Ferrari parts.
Ah, that is looking really nice.
Yeah.
Especially your
Yeah,
adjustable
that
wing
thing
on the
is
back.
looking
That looks really cool.
Sick, man. It's looking
Yeah,
sick. Hey,
I think
McQueen.
about 3 o'clock in the morning got the best of me. I was I took a lot of stuff apart just to rebuild a lot of stuff, but I'm back.
Good.
You can see this.
That looks nice, Brandon.
Switch.
Dang, yeah, I was gonna say I might have to redo this scoop.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that thing. Oh my god. So sick. You are amazing, man. Well, good work.
I had to well, this kit is really old, so like the plastic is really brittle, so like anything that breaks is gonna break completely and it sucks. So I had to actually remake this this hinge
Yeah.
with this kit, and it's terrible. It's not the best, but after making this hinge, it's out of piano wire is like better than what the kit could ever handle. So now it's pretty seamless.
Oh, piano wire. I have some of that. I have guitar wire actually. We were talking about making door hinges earlier. We were talking about you and Jay Walker and what you might use.
Yeah.
How you do it. Way cool, man.
Yeah, it's I think I ran out, but oh no. I use this really, really thin, the smallest brass tubing that you can get. And the piano wire or whatever size it is fits perfect in whatever hole this is, and it has like a weird grit to it. The piano wire does, like a graphite almost. And it you don't have to bend it to make it to where it like is stiff. It just does its own thing. Like,
wow,
nice.
Yeah, because if you use paper clips or whatever that other stuff is, it has a very like slick surface. So that's why it drops back down because of the weight. But like that stuff, like it's insane. So like the one that I have that I think Hobby Lobby supplies this one.
Yeah, fit. Coming around. Oh yeah, they do have those. I've seen those there with the tubing and such. Okay.
Yeah. This is the smallest one that I need to get a lot of stuff for this because I go through it a lot when making hinges. And then the
Chester, are you ever going to go back to making just a standard build, or are you just going to go mad on every single one?
I have no idea what a standard build is anymore. Like,
Really?
I have
That's
one
not
bookshelf
in his
so far,
vocab.
just one of my bookshelves. And then I have to get another one of these bookshelves to fit more stuff because I still have boxes that are unpacked after just moving to the house. I still have boxes to unpack, and I don't know why I have that many, but I still have this kit to build for a giveaway that's coming this year.
Ah.
Nice.
This
I want
kit,
to trade one of those.
Built one of them.
yeah, I'm building one of those. I definitely am building another version of this F50, but in a Enzo version.
Yeah, that Enzo, I've finished one of those. That was the one I just showed you, the blue one.
Yeah.
The fit
It's a good
isn't
kit,
brilliant,
right?
but it's a really nice. Once it goes together, once you've got it all together, it's really nice.
Yeah. So
I don't know if this is going to work.
I've only ever built one Enzo Ferrari, and the guy who owns my local car club challenged me and said that I bet you can't make it into a monster truck. I said, you want to bet?
yeah.
I'm down for that challenge. If only I had one.
Well, I did it, and the deal was that if I did it, it would be displayed in the cabinet at the local hobby store that we meet at, and he would give me one of my model kits that I always wanted, which was the 53 Ford truck. And he had 5 of them. So he messaged me, and he private messaged me, and he goes, "Hey, Alan, I got a question for you." I was like, "What?" He goes, "It's important, so I need an honest answer." I said, "What?" He goes, "How'd you feel about Ferraris?" I said, "Personally, I fucking hate them." I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "Because I fucking hate them too." I was like, "Right." He goes, "Well, I got a challenge for you." He said, "I've got 5 53 Ford trucks." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm gonna give you one if you turn because it was after I won the model build of the year with the Naviva, the post-apocalypse Nova." And he was like, "I want you to combine parts from my Bigfoot kit with this Enzo Ferrari kit."
Oh, wow.
And I want to see what you can do. So I ended up taking the motor completely out of the back of the thing and gave it to him for a spare build. And we actually ended up getting a jet engine, like an actual interior workings of a jet engine, and then strapped it up underneath. So it doesn't have an engine in the back. It has 2 giant fuel tanks.
Oh,
Nice.
That's wild.
Awesome.
Hang on. Let me see if
Speaking of plane engines, one little pet peeve project that I've been planning is trying to find a 1/25th scale radial engine or something close and just putting it into anything, like just some random car, put a radial engine in it.
I have. Oh. This is going
Motor's
to
sitting
be
crooked.
on the finally I get to start recording for YouTube, but this is going on the channel because this is actual commission build. For one of my good friends that actually is a Honda Formula One engineer.
So sick.
So he gave me specifics, and it has to have functional aero, and he wants it to be like specific to race spec as possible. And he was like, "If you can do that, I will gladly pay you X amount of dollars."
that's behind. So this is my Gremlin. This is the Enzo behind it.
Oh, wow.
Just to give you an idea of how. There you go. Let me see if I can adjust my brightness settings on my phone. Hang on.
But for the guy that was building the Lotus, what was the X amount of dollars?
I was curious.
It's actually a Koenigsegg F.
Multi.
Or it's the Koenigsegg. The Koenig special F. It's an F40 Ferrari, and the X amount is well over in
It's
some
enough to
hundred.
get you a nice meal
Yeah,
Quadruple digits.
and buy you more stuff.
I see you trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
I found out how much some people charge for their builds, and it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know
It's
what
insane.
Russo models charges.
There you go.
And after I picked my jaw off the floor,
and it's insane.
damn, Alan, that's cool.
That's the finished build. That's it next to my prison rat.
Whoa,
That's wicked.
Very cool.
So he was like, "You hate Ferraris as much as I do?" I was like, "Damn fucking straight, I hate Ferraris." But like, we did like because it was for him. He's a beer drinker, so I ended up like throwing Bud Lights in the freaking cockpit and everything. Because I went over to his house to pick it up, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I want you to make it personal to me." And I was like, "All right, cool. When you're done with one of those cans, I can use it." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shrink it." He had no idea. What?
It's because like the downside to some of these Ferrari kits, they're not like perfect.
That's crazy.
Like you would think that like
Most
most of
the
these
rocket
like,
underneath
like,
it.
Yeah, you think the fit was better, wouldn't you? But they're just not.
I thought it would be too.
like this kit. I
Yeah,
know for a
that's
fact
what I was
it's
gonna get.
not gonna be perfect.
That's the Revell one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does anyone
this
know if there's a
actually-
Ferrari Testarossa kit?
Yeah, that kit.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah,
where I
that's the
found.
Revell LaFerrari.
Yeah, this like
Revell.
like even the box is chunky. It's not even like it's just
It's such a good fit.
yeah.
Reminds me of the Plymouth Cuda hood, the 71 Cuda.
yeah, that was a
For
pain. I
those who
remember
built
that.
that, they will definitely know the hood does not fit on that.
I couldn't
Yeah,
get. I
it
had
doesn't.
to. I had
It's a
to.
freaking nightmare.
I had to do some funky stuff with mine for sure.
So
And
show
anyone-
me the LaFerrari kit again.
Sorry, mate?
Do what?
Show me the LaFerrari kit again.
Not me.
Huh.
Forget who. I was going to. I didn't do one, but I was going to get one traded myself. I don't know who. Someone else in here made one. Yeah. Who
Does
was
it-
I was asking
Does
I
it
was
have
asking if the
active,
Testarossa exists.
the active weir like it's supposed to on the actual car?
No. Nothing's active on it.
I guess I'll have to make that.
Yeah, no, you will.
Because I like this one might actually be built when I build this one, I might actually do this one to spec.
Yeah.
It might be a normal build for me, maybe not. Who knows?
That one is actually the
normal.
The Enzo kit is better than the LaFerrari kit.
Yeah.
This I got halfway through this and wanted to bin it, and I've got quite a lot of patience.
Do a little detail work on this body or clear it tomorrow. Hopefully it comes out all right. It's a little grainy. I don't know if you guys can see how grainy it is.
Still looks good though. That colour is lovely.
Thanks. I mean, I've had better luck with this series of paint, but I don't want to redo it. Like I said, I'm going to redo the scoop though, I think, because it came out darker and it looks really weird. You probably can tell with the front camera, but it needs, I don't know. I might clear it and see what it looks like because the hood's black, so it might blend okay.
I've just got a second coat on the Scooby.
The Subi? That's right. Black, right? Where you at? We got all these messages. I wish you could put everyone in one screen.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
You can. If you're on your phone,
You can?
flick it to the left or right, and it'll go onto one screen and you'll see everyone.
I did, but
Oh, sweet.
everyone in one screen? I don't.
Yeah.
I only get 4 at a time. I have to swipe
Yeah,
through.
same.
Yeah, I only get 4 at one time as well.
It's all right though. Yeah, it'd be so small, I guess, if it was a bunch of screens, but it's all good.
I think. Well. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I have it set on so that it's just one at a time. So whenever someone else speaks, it just pops on.
All
Oh,
right.
is that how it
Yeah.
works?
Loads of different
Which one
settings
is
you can
that?
have them on.
That's
I just
one all the
find
way
it
to the right.
If you go
I
to the
just find
top
it so
right where it says
sexy.
speaker view,
Let me see
you
if
can
this
play around
works.
with it.
This is way cool though.
So
This is
I was looking into how a few people have done like carbon design, or like not decals, but a way to actually paint the carbon, and it's such a simple trick, and it's weird.
Really?
And I want to kick myself for not understanding why I didn't get to that point early on. And all you do is you get one of those like women's like shoe stocking things. You get a box of those, and you just wrap it over the piece, and then you just lightly coat like either a metallic silver or a gunmetal color, and slightly spray it over. And once you remove it, it literally looks like a carbon fiber pattern.
stocking, like their leg stockings.
My wife's now lost some pop socks.
Yeah, I was
What
just
kind
like,
of? What kind of stockings?
like
Women's
the,
stockings.
yeah, it's like a try-on sock, or like it's like a little footy. Like you can get a box of those.
I see.
But does anyone know?
I have one. I have a way of doing it too. I'll show you guys this roll of something I have.
Does anyone know if a Ferrari Testarossa kit exists? Because I'm so close to getting the Holy Trinity. I've got a Countach, a 80s 911, and I just need a Testarossa to finish it off.
Get the Miami Vice Testarossa.
Oh,
Doesn't
the
that have LF now?
the non-modified one.
But that's but Chester though, that's an F40, not a Testarossa.
Yeah. It's the this was hard to find myself.
Yeah, then they're not easy. The Testarossa kit, there's quite a few about. Tamiya do a really good one. Of course, you've got the like Sean said, there's the Miami Vice one. That's good.
That kit's like what, $45 now?
Probably.
But isn't the Miami Vice Testarossa doesn't have an LS and not the actual Ferrari motor? Like I heard it was built on a Corvette frame.
Yeah, it had the V8. Or wasn't it like an LT1, something like that?
Yeah.
No, that was the black one. That
Yeah,
was the was it the Dino?
Yeah.
I didn't think that wasn't even a real Ferrari.
Yeah, it was like a weird like.
It was a kit car. Because like Ferrari, I think Ferrari didn't give them permission to have it.
Yeah.
So they built a kit car.
Yeah, they were like,
or something like that. Something really silly.
Like I didn't build this car, not build this car.
The Dino that was on that one TV show, I remember, was actually a fiberglass body on, I believe it was a Volkswagen frame.
Huh.
That's weird.
Oh, and I think it was a Porsche frame extended. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think it was like a Porsche extended frame or something like that.
With a VW motor and a fiberglass body.
Yeah.
Post-production does wonders.
Just so you guys know real quick,
So what's that, Brendan?
this is a way to do carbon as well. It's not really to scale, but you can do carbon with this too. Like if you want to mimic like actual carbon, you can spray black, like you're saying, then overlay with this stuff, get some kind of a cool finish. But like I figured you could cut pieces to match each side, or like the hood, the roof, the trunk, and then the whole side, because you can't really wrap this around the car. But I like your other idea, Chester. I'm gonna look into that. So I've always wanted to do some carbon stuff, like actual, without doing a sticker, like actually make it like paint it on. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because I've never even done carbon fiber before, so that's a good tip there.
I've just I don't know if you're about to see that, but I've just made my own carbon decal.
Yeah. True. Lucky you.
You take the easy way out.
Yep.
Sometimes it's really hard to like cut and line up a lot of the carbon decals, and then when they rip, it sucks. It's a pain.
Right. I had some that came with that Eclipse kit, and I didn't wind up using it, but I thought about it. They can be pretty brittle, I bet. I don't do a lot of decal work myself.
Andy, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
There you go. That's that full-size carbon that my buddy made for me.
Nice.
All that inkjet clear stuff, he cleared it all, matched it all. It was ridiculous. He was so pissed at me when I sent him the link because I thought I was sending him a high detail picture because on my phone it looked awesome. I was like, yeah, that's an awesome carbon thing. Yeah, I sent him a 3-inch by 3-inch square. So he came into work the next day and he goes, I fucking hate you. I said, why? And he goes, do you know how long it takes to turn a 3-inch square into an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper? And I was like, probably about as long as it took you to do it. He's like, 3 hours. Because what he had to do was he had to take the 3 squares and then he had to make them into a square that matched, and then he had to basically take that square and then take them backwards and forwards. And then he took those 4 squares and then rotated them backwards and forwards until he got the 8.5 by 11.
Legend. Absolute legend of a guy.
He was like, don't ever send me anything like that again.
I hope you bought him some beer or something for that.
I have these.
No, I didn't. I basically took over one of his shifts.
Oh, what a star!
Good guy.
He needed to spend some time with his family, and his press was going to be down. And I was like, well, I need the money, so I came in and ran his press. And he was like, well, I kind of owe you. And I was like, 8.5 sheet by, of carbon fiber sounds pretty good about now. He said, send me the file. I was like, all right.
Done.
Done. Because he does gumball machine restoration and does all the decals and everything on those.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
He's got a gumball machine that has the It the Clown on it. So when you pour white gumballs in the machine, it fills up, and then there's It the Clown on the front of it. Pennywise, it's on the front of the thing. I was like, dang. But he takes these rusted gumball machines and restores them all the way to working order and then sells them online. I'm like, dang, I didn't even realize there was a market for used gumball machines.
Oh yeah,
market for everything.
Yeah, but Andrew, you got competition from for your carbon fiber from the least guest place, Chanel Secret.
Huh.
Because the leggings, they like the one guy said, you can spray paint over it and it turns it into carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chester said that.
Yeah. I have 2 of these carbon sheets. I don't like them because in the instructions, it looks like good carbon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks all right.
But if you look closer, if you could look closer, it's like a million silver rectangles.
What?
That's kind of what carbon looks like, though.
Yeah.
Well, the downside is it's a transparent over a black square. So if you were to cut this, it would just be the silver and not the black. And
that's why you paint what you're going to carbon fiber black, because it's transparent.
Right.
That's what mine is, that I didn't realize, because he done it on clear, and I had a R32 that I had the hood that I was like, yeah, I'm just going to carbon fiber it. And I covered it, and then I had a whole bunch of blue dots through it, and I was like, what the hell is this crap? So I ended over I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, see, that's why when I print my carbon, most of the stuff I print is I'll do one copy on clear and another copy on white. And then you can decide what you want. If you want a different colour underneath, paint it yellow and you got carbon Kevlar.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to figure out what color combo for the recent truck that I'm working on.
Is that the third one or is that the fourth?
Yeah, this is the third one.
Oh, the third, all right. Oh, how's your book going?
Actually, All right. So I have the version 2 right here. And then I have the one that I just got that's like over 100 pages.
100 pages, isn't it?
And this thing is thick. It's heavy.
Dumb thick.
And it's an art piece for sure. So
Yeah, definitely.
it starts out pretty, and it's a whole breakdown of like.
So you've basically written a guide on how to build your truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that a wise thing to do?
I think from a marketing standpoint, it's wise because the measurements aren't in there.
Did you all hear about what happened to that guy about the Eleanor Mustang?
Oh, from B is for Build, and they forced that.
Yeah.
Take
God, I was so pissed.
Video down and then took the vehicle from him.
Yeah.
And
because copyright and trademark is different in the US. Basically, copyright is you can copyright it twice and then it's free to public domain. But a trademark, as long as you keep renewing the license, you can keep getting it. So basically, the whole story is that like this guy B is for Build, he took a 2015 Mustang, stripped all the body off of it, and then was fiberglassing and essentially Bondo sculpting Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
The second Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Not the original.
And
the problem is that bitch fucking owns the rights to the name Eleanor.
Yeah.
Mustang.
Yeah.
So
Why would everyone own the rights to that? It's the name of a car. Oh,
yeah.
The woman's name.
Here was the legal part of it. The reason why it became such an issue was because it was a character in a movie. Like they considered the car as a character because it was an actual main. It was like a weird main character in the movie. And it was like, it's a car. What? You don't go to Fast and Furious and say, hey, I want to build XYZ Supras or Eclipse and RX-7s, and then someone's like, hey, I'm going to take the right.
Is that he's building Eleanor from the second movie, which looks nothing like Eleanor from the first one.
Exactly.
Do the second one.
There's an original one that was released back in like the 70s or 80s, and then there's the Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Seconds was like what the it was like the British version, right? Or like almost like the Italian Job.
Yeah.
There was a movie called Drive Hard that was filmed in Australia, if that's what you're thinking of.
No, but basically, that she was like, oh, you know, my husband built the original car and I got the trademarks for it and he passed away and she's carrying on the trademarks. And then I'm like, yeah, and I'm pretty sure that shit that you just pulled, he just turned in his goddamn grave because of you. Right, there's a petition. There's an online petition.
They took the car from him or what?
They seized the vehicle and everything, made him take down the YouTube videos, made him discard all of the body moldings that he had done, seized the actual vehicle.
But he done it on a newer Mustang.
Yeah, but he also did it as a non-profit. He made no money from this. He forwarded his own money from this.
Wow.
And they're basically taking all the hard work he spent his ass on, and they're basically saying, you know what, we're going to shove this fucking fuck you up your ass. We're going to you spent your ass on, and we're going to shove it up your own fucking ass.
Have that one, Tiger. Yeah, that's not nice. That's not nice at all.
But apparently there's a online petition that I signed that if they get like 1 million names on it or whatever, she'll actually give the vehicle back. Like she'd buy more.
So how many millions are they on now?
Link that in the group chat. Tell me what the link is.
Just give it back
it's like
anyway.
387,000 or whatever people have voted so far.
But the vehicle isn't destroyed yet.
No.
Well, everyone I know would sign that petition.
Send me the link to that. I'm going to have freaking voice cracks if I get there. I got to have that link.
Google. Hello.
back to modeling real quick. I know for a fact I'm going to paint these rims root beer brown, but I don't know if I want to make the center hub root beer brown or paint it gold. So
Gold.
Gold.
What's up?
Here's what the color combo would look like if I did that.
Do the
Hold on a second.
do root beer brown as far as like the center, and then do the hub that gold, or like an anodized like.
So this is gold, and this is root beer brown, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Because the way it works is the center hub goes in the wheel like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking on doing that.
It would almost have like a zinc slash like whatever that coating is that they have for like nuts and bolts.
Oh, aluminum. Well,
No. There's a
Galvanized.
zinc coating that you put on fittings naturally.
I don't really know what that would be.
But it's gold. You just like dry brush like almost like some silver around it, silver and like just slightly dry brush it, and it'll give like that specific color. Because I did it with this one. If you can see.
Give me a second. I'm gonna try laying down some.
I remember that one.
This Corvette.
I just
decided to get the pearl white because they didn't have a pearl white. I'm actually gonna do a flat white and then do an extreme lacquer that's got a pearl flake in it over the top.
I'll be right back, guys.
I'm hoping that'll give me the results I want. So I'm gonna mute and then step away from the mic real quick while I do this.
I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that whole zinc coating because what my plan for this was, it was originally gonna be just straight like factory 50s Kenworth, and then it just ended up getting gold and root beer brown. But I'm gonna still try and stick to as close as I can with that. But that is a good idea for if I ever do a custom truck.
Yeah.
Right now, all I'm doing on my Air Cuda is pretty much making the Mac wheels look like some sort of futuristic booster that's going to stick out the bottom. So
that's what you're gonna do, Alan?
Yeah.
What I'm doing, and I finally named it the Supernova for like a star because it goes in space and everything. I'm going to do it where it's just normal wheels, and it does it like the actual DeLorean. It goes the opposite way so that it's like a huge camber like this instead of the whole like that.
Yeah.
It'll be cambered. And then the rocket boosters from the back, these, I have the original two from my kit. They're going to be on the back and then glued on. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see it.
They're going to be glued on like that. And then on the underside, where is it? On the other side here, all the exhaust from the engine, it's going to go through the two little holes there, or the two tank things there, and it's going to reach up. It's going to go through the boosters, and then the gas tank, it's going to have to be filled a lot if it's made in real life, but it's going to also have lines that go to the end boosters, because then the exhaust and then more motors that will make it produce more thrust. The gas, the exhaust, and the motors all combined will make it thrust a whole lot more. And then the wheels will make.
I'm basing my idea of the whole individual pivot points from like the Nebuchadnezzar from the Matrix, where it's got the individual rotation points.
That's cool.
So you can essentially mantle it and move it the way you want to. I watched the Matrix the other day, and I was like, "That's really
my favorite
cool.
trilogy
I've
ever.
got to watch it again now. Damn you!
Love it.
All right, that's how we're gonna work. Because basically,
That's what I'm going to be watching tomorrow.
And I'm having to like detail up the bottom of the chassis and add little greeblies. Like that's a hose from a Kenworth with a speaker from a Mitsubishi Evo kit in it, just to make bits that hang off the bottom.
Wait, is that a turbo?
No, that's just a hose from a Kenworth kit. I've got turbos. I've got resin turbos, but I I ain't using them. But the idea is, hang on,
Which Kenworth kit?
Kenworth W900 Aerodyne.
Oh,
That's I want to get that one.
I actually used that kit to make a Plymouth post-apocalypse Plymouth monster truck.
Oh,
I have that kit. I have that model over there. Hang on, let me dig it out real. Shit, that ain't gonna work. All right, hang on.
but since we're talking about ideas, I figured I should bring up mine. And Andrew and Brandon already know about this one. I want to get a Toyota Supra kit. Just yeet the 2JZ somewhere else and put in a Cat C15. And for those who don't know semi trucks, that's a Cat C15.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Hang on.
Dude.
Hang on.
Remember, we thought it was the other
Hang
way.
on.
We thought we were
We're talking about semi trucks.
we thought he was putting the super motor in the semi, and we were wrong. He's going the other way. I thought that was funny. You guys had to be there.
The super motor is going in a 90s Toyota Tacoma if there's a kit of that somewhere.
You'll find it. Oh yeah.
What was that? Oh, it's a Mustang.
And I don't know what I'm going to do with the Tacoma motor.
I'm glad I was able to finally get my hands on a truck. For a lot of reasons.
Look at that. That's clean. Is that primed or just black?
Oh, this is black. Yeah, it's black plastic. It's the original.
Cool.
I think it was the Harley Davidson semi trailer kit because it comes with like a really large like trailer.
Huh.
And
Look at that thing. I want to get one so bad. I want a trailer truck combo so bad.
And
All right.
now,
So you know what you were talking about doing the Supra on top of the truck?
Oh yeah.
So I pretty much did that with a 1941 Plymouth.
yes,
Cut the
yes.
frame in half, stacked them, and then dualed the front and back because why the fuck not? And then
True.
continued to have the motor connect up to the exhaust underneath, and then basically have angled smokestacks out the back, and was just like, all right, let's go, let's have fun. Because it was a build-off for the club, and it was like everyone had to have the same model. Like it wasn't like everyone can build a Mustang that they want. It was like everyone has to build this exact model. Like everyone starts with a 41 Plymouth, and I was like, cars are fucking boring. It's like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I did it like a metallic purple, and then just slammed it on top of a truck because it was the whole Kenworth frame. So I had to like cut it, and then to get the rake to happen, I had to stack them on top of one another so that the back end was higher than the front, and then hide all the stuff that I had added to it. But
Now, Alan, do you live in the UK? Just so I can get that out of the way.
no, I live in Knoxville, but I'm from the UK.
Okay, because I was it's actually still possible. What you should have done instead of using the Caterpillar motor, get a hold of a Detroit diesel because these are supercharged, so you can put the pressure on it and stick the exhaust straight off the sides instead of running it under the vehicle.
The reason why I got the Kenworth is because one of the first model kits I bought was a Kenworth, and the idea was that I wanted to do like a hot rod semi truck, and then a friend of mine really wanted the Kenworth, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll sell it to you, whatever. So I sold it to him, and then I always wanted to get one of those kits back to do something just crazy with because the motor was amazing in it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the Kenworth again because it was just something that was like, it was one of the first kits that I owned, and then I wanted to do something crazy with it a second time round. So
I've been looking for those kits, but they're not cheap.
Dude, Hobby Lobby, go to Hobby Lobby and get you a coupon.
I gotta go like 17,000 miles to go find a fucking Hobby Lobby.
I'll tell you what, I'll go to Hobby Lobby and I'll just mail you the shit.
There you go.
Well,
like
you know
I
what,
did, I'm mailing.
We have to do something because
Yeah, because
There's none in New York. I gotta go to like another state to go for Hobby Lobby, and Michael sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm mailing the
why
arts
don't
and
you
stuff
try
here.
Hobby Link and Auto World? I think it's Auto Trader World. Those are websites that you can order on. I know
So,
Auto Traders.
Are they online as well?
Yeah.
So I know they can't send me anything over here.
Because they're quite cheap. Especially
go-
Hobby Link, like Hobby, it's like or like most of their kits are like cheaper than store
If you look
price.
at Auto Trade, and they have a few sites that you could go on, but when you get on them, they're I might as well just
No,
buy a
I
real
know
one.
of a dang website that I was just on the other day that had them at that price. I'm sure it was Auto Trade or something, because that's where I got my Lindbergh from.
One wiper
So
down.
here's one of the first insane builds that I started with.
Nice. What did you do to it?
So I got this as a gift on one of my birthdays. I can't remember.
If I don't hear the words Volkswagen or Mini come out of your mouth, I'm going to be disappointed.
So it came out as this.
What is that?
Is that I remember that car.
I love that build.
That's a holy shit. Okay, I take it back.
What is
take
that
it back.
body? Hang on.
That's a
I remember
Lamborghini
that build.
Countach.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a Countach.
Yeah.
I remember that thing.
Yeah, I entered in that build off, and
Yeah.
that kicked my ass.
and that's what kind of like sparked this like weird like affinity for like engineering, which is my background, racing, another background of mine, and I was just like, whatever. And this came to be, and I got an award at one recent local like show last year, and I got 3rd place with this kit overall out of 80 models that were competing. Third place.
Just
Good
third.
stuff.
Third.
Please tell me the one that beat you was just obscene, because that Lambo's wicked.
So
that thing's
the first
awesome.
I lost to built a dragster, and he's actually like one of my like good friends, and that was what I knew for a fact I was gonna lose to him, and it was hilarious because he built this Camaro drag kit from scratch, like all scratch, and I like knew as soon as he put his stuff on the table, I was like, all right, I'm out. But 3rd out of 80 people is still good enough for me.
That's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
I must admit, actually,
That's a
in
good
my
compliment.
Mustang build off, I think I came 6th or 7th, which is the highest I've ever been in any build off.
Yeah.
And I was quite impressed with that.
Yeah.
I didn't do great.
But then prior to that build, I have this kit that I built a while back,
The GTO.
which is one of my favorite cars of all times, the Ferrari GTO, or known as, what is it, the 288 GTO or GTB?
I think it's the GTO.
Yeah.
The GTB's got dodgy plastic air vents on it. Quite ugly. But that one is lovely. The GTO is lovely.
I built this to be a barn find.
Oh,
I
I see
guess
it.
I can do this.
No.
Oh,
That is awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
That actually
Wow.
looks like all my builds, actually, just after one night in my shed. They all
Make
look
me
that
laugh,
filthy.
dude. Holy shit.
That is so nice.
And then if you can't see, there's like oily handprints on the back.
yeah, we can't see that. At least I can.
Yeah, I can't really
Yeah.
see that.
The camera is terrible, but I actually buffed the windshields to look like hazy, dirty windshields, but there's actually like an Alcantara like dash and carpet system in there.
So, despite the fact that you can't see the interior, you still did it.
Yeah, And
Yeah,
then
that's
you
awesome.
have
I would have given up. I would have just painted it all black.
Yeah.
and like just
Wow.
Whoa.
Damn.
one of my
Incredible.
favorite cars. Build it as a dump. To build it as a dump, I might actually be
There's a
able to take
lot
this.
of times. There's a lot of times trying to build them as a dump takes more work than trying to build
does.
something shiny.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's-
weathered builds I
there you
did
go.
took me twice as long as normal builds.
All right, I can take it apart. I totally forgot about this.
That's the
Did you
idea.
decide what color rims
So-
you going with it, Alan?
What?
You decide what color rims you going with it?
Brass. Eventually, what I plan on doing is you can do like learning from like sci-fi wargaming and stuff like that. Is you can do like a glowing effect if you paint it white and then hit it with a really like ice blue. You can make it look as
Sure.
though it's glowing.
That's what
So-
Ian's doing to his Warhammer kit with those gems for sure.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that would be really cool. Like get like glass beads and
Yeah.
do like a rod coming out and then glue a glass bead to the end of it that's blue. That would be cool.
True.
You should get some flashing lights to go inside of them.
I ain't an electrician.
Nah, there's a place.
Okay, so I got a funny story for y'all.
There's a place that you could buy all the lights, all wired up and everything with the
I was
battery
helping a
and
buddy
everything.
of mine wire up his warehouse, and as we were wiring it up, usually on the live wires they would put a cap on the end of the wire, so that when you're going up near it, you just grab the cap and move it, right? So as we're going up in the lift, he goes, wire. I'm like, all right, cool. And it was not capped, and I hit the
Oh,
floor.
jeez.
Oh God.
I was like, oh God. They were like, Alan's been shocked. Alan's been shocked. As they're slowly bringing this scissor lift back down. Like, oh. Like,
Jeez.
nothing damaged in my arm or whatever, but it
Nah,
like,
listen, Alan, if you're thinking about or anybody's thinking about doing lights, check out this place called Lights for Minis.
right.
They're the ones that do all the lights for like people who build the train sets and all that.
Yeah, they look
They
nice.
got like the
Dude.
1.8 millimeter light bulbs and the 3 millimeter, 5 millimeter. So there's all different ones.
Nice. All right, give me just a
And
second.
they're cheap.
I'm going to mute my mic real quick and step away and go and lay down some white on this 53. Because basically what I'm trying is I'm going to do this flat white and then I'm going to hit it with an extreme lacquer pearl flake. And hopefully that'll give it the effect that I want. Flat white, gloss pearl.
I'll be right
I got
back
my
real quick.
under the car.
I have a
Wipers.
Ooh. Oh, wait. I
Coming
can
out
show you
good.
mine now, actually. Hang on.
Real quick, for those who don't know about my 521 build, I just want to do a comparison. This is what it's supposed to look like box stock, or right when you build it, and this is the other hood as is of right now. So I definitely narrowed it and did a whole lot of fender fabrication. And then the cab, that's where I did most of my work. I've got a tiny narrowed bay cab, and I can't really take it off the body, but yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. Extended sleeper cab. And a Peterbilt had to sacrifice its life for it. So yeah, there's the back end of the Peterbilt cab that I cut off. Oh crap. And then here's the back end of this cab.
There you go. There's the 66 Nova I made.
Is it supposed to be front clipless?
Yes.
Why is my
Okay,
screen
pretty good.
This is the one that I told you that I have the front bumper just spare for you to have because I cut the entire front off because they were like, oh, the square body ain't supposed to look like that. And I was like fuck it ain't. Yeah. You got it. Nice.
Well, look,
If I
here's
can
what I can
front end
say.
load, can I just
Maybe you guys
top
can
it off?
help. Maybe you guys can help me with this.
But I ended up taking the front end from a Corvette Roadster, so my wheels turned. But then I screwed it up, grabbing the wrong glue, and ended up frosting up all my glue on
When
the
I put
on the
filler in
window.
there, I don't know what to do. Keep sanding, I guess.
So,
Oh wow.
but,
Can you see that though? Probably not. You can kind of see where I filled it in, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of that. And I've been sanding and priming and sanding and priming, and I don't know. I just don't know how to. I filled it in. Like I don't know if you add more putty or what, and then sand it down again.
see, I don't use putty anymore. I made so I got my spare plastic sprues that I got, and I cut them up, and I had a spare empty tub of this stuff. And what I actually did was I cut my sprues down into tiny little like section, and I had tester's glue, and I actually threw the plastic down in the glue. So now I actually have a
filler, right?
Plastic putty
Right.
that will dry like the styrene that I can sand, and it doesn't shrink or anything like that.
Because that's what's happening is when I sand the putty, it seems to sand faster than the plastic, and so that's why I'm getting these indentions in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I just,
that's what I use. I actually
Yeah,
straight
I've never used.
So that glue is what? Just plastic with plastic like styrene and glue together?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
I
much.
took an old bottle of testers that had gone bad, like the nozzle had dried, like glue had dried in the nozzle, but the glue in the pack was completely fine. So what I ended up doing was I poured it all out inside the empty Tamiya bottle, and then just slowly but surely added little plastic drops of like styrene in there that was just sprue. It was literally just sprue. And I dropped it in there, and it melted and melted and melted, and I kept mixing it up, and unfortunately, it took all night to do. It took all night to do the plastic. But now, when I was doing the '66 Mustang build-off, like all of my gaps were filled with it, all of them. Like every single gap that I had was.
When you make the sprue glue, it's meant to be really good.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So batch of wheels came out.
I'm gonna sand around the edges of it and hope for the best.
Here is another one out of many.
Trying to get this thing back in the staying box, and it's not wanting to go, and I don't want to force it because
that looks nice, Jess.
Yeah. So this kit was also really nice. And if you've seen most of them, they have either the full clear lens or the no lens. But I made it to like a Stingray. Like I went like, okay, what does that actual Stingray look like, or what is the reference to what Corvette's trying to get at with Stingray or that type of feel? And it's like the headlights, like aren't covered. They're covered up top, but you actually have them for the road use. So they're actually pointing straight direct to the road. I actually added a leather strap tie down. It's a real leather strap tie down.
Dude. Wow.
Alcantara dash again. If you can't see it, it's in there. Carpet seats are same material.
I'm thinking you like Alcantara.
And then I added the running cables that are supposed to be connecting to that cooler that goes in that little space. So I actually have like the wiring.
Wow.
And then aluminum rear or underbody like it's supposed to. And then dry brushed the spare tire that's supposed to be in there. I was going to actually add a real spare tire and cut that out.
Wow.
But on time constraints for another show, I just was like, nah. And then I added
a Stingray for you.
Some because I think this kit was supposed to have like adjustable suspension, but for some reason it didn't. It just had the options to, and I was like, well, why don't you just actually make it? So then I actually
What?
made the
You made that happen?
yeah.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You're awesome, man.
I've got something
skills.
else that I need you guys' opinion on. So I took the rims out of the paint booth, and here's what they actually look like.
It's a little
And
dark.
now I've got now I've got the little chrome, I guess you'd call them bead locks that go in the wheel. And now I don't know if I want to color match them, paint them gold, or paint them root beer brown to match the wheel. I'm really liking the chrome.
The chrome
That
is
goes-
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So then I removed the leather strap, and this is what I did with the engine.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Looks good, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what
Real
I meant.
quick.
Wow.
Here's a Stingray for you, Chester. Facebook Marketplace special.
Ooh, yeah, I definitely could. Yeah,
I
So
gotta kick out of the three.
after that engine that I just spotted, I'm a quit.
Look.
Who wants to buy my models? And I got some spares. I'm done.
Look.
I'm out. Peace out. Screw
3
y'all.
lugs.
I just caught a glance of
3
it and I was
lugs,
like,
guys. Isn't
what
that something?
yeah.
Who'd put 3 lugs on a sports car?
Like a Morgan brand Viper.
The green bag, you know, that we tested.
No, it was in the little cup. That's the last time I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
So guys, look what I just got out
Holding.
from the painting room today. This is the General Mischief that I'm redoing, and that's the orange side of it.
Wow.
That's after 2 coats. And the painter's tape that I used is like 5 years old, and all I had to do was put a couple extra coats of tape on it, and there was no bleeding on the top here or at the fender.
On the old painter's tape, or would it?
It's this. I used blue painter's tape.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That stuff always leaves residue behind when I use it.
Yeah, it surprisingly didn't leave anything behind for me. Like usually when I use it, like when I built my rear engine GT350H, I used the blue painter's tape for it for the red stripes. It left some residue. Didn't
Not
turn
even
out
a
as
residue.
good.
Mine leaves a marking, though. It leaves just like a mark of where the tape's at. It's really weird.
Yeah,
I use yellow most of the time. To me, yeah.
it kind of does that for me, but it turned out better than I thought. I kind of thought it'd bleed through, and then I just have to go in and hand paint it, but it turned out awesome.
Brandon, but don't
It
you
was
find that the
really
yellow
good.
tape leaves like a lift when you're painting over with it?
Right.
That's what I find with that.
I have
So-
so many weird things happen with paint with tape.
Yeah.
I'm not one to build normal things, as we've already known. But this
Yeah.
one, this is I surprisingly love motorcycles also. So I have this one when it was on what was it, the
Nice.
Markdown or Weeks. So I got one of these, and as you see, it's not gonna end up being like this, obviously,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
I
no.
did some research.
No way.
Really? You surprised
Yeah,
me, Chester.
I'm trying to at least build something that I don't have to do too much to, because one, I don't know much about motorcycles that much, but I do love looking at them.
All you need to know about
only
motorbikes,
classic
mate, is they got 2 wheels and they go fast.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
So I did some digging, right? To my surprise, I did digging,
Yeah.
and I might just build this stock.
Oh,
No, get out of here.
no. What would
I
shock
don't know.
everybody is
No,
if
okay,
it was
yeah, no,
built
I'll
on
leave.
a
Okay,
car.
From what I see so far, I don't think you know what stock means.
Yeah, I don't think you know what stock means anymore,
Stock
dude.
means kit bashing.
So So what's funny is I might actually not use the weird fairings that's on this, but I like cafe racers for sure. I do love cafe racers.
Is that kit rare?
So
is that Honda kit rare?
What?
Is
Yeah.
that Honda motorcycle kit rare? Because one thing I normally do is if it's a rare kit, I build it box stock because I just like to flex on other people the fact that I have it.
I don't ever build rare kits box stock simply because I want to flex on other people that have had it and ruined it in their eyes.
I don't think I've ever built a kit stock anyway.
Like that 71 GTX that I got, the 71 GTX that I got, it cost me $40 to get.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, "Oh man, are you gonna build it box stock?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna throw a Hellcat. I'm gonna throw a Hellcat motor in it. I'm gonna custom paint some rims on it. We're gonna throw carbon fiber on the whole interior." They're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? That's a rare kit. You should build it." I was like, "Rarity is your opinion."
I'm gonna build a rare kit how I want it to look rare.
It's your kit.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's your kit.
I think this is now like a rare kit. I don't know. It's probably still common.
I've never seen one.
I've seen like 5 of those one day on eBay. They were selling for big for some reason.
Yeah, they're big money, those kits.
So this is obviously not going to be built box stock. I just can't let that happen.
Of course not.
A cafe racer would look really good though.
I have this kit though. This is definitely like
I have the LP 400. It's actually the one I have actually isn't the Countach. It's the LP 400, but they're practically the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. So this one, I think I have another rarity of one of these that will not be built box stock.
Are you going to put another F1 engine in it?
But this one is going to be the, I'm going to build this one with the supercharged engine that they built, that they only built once. For
Nice.
a weird reason, for their racing division that failed
miserably.
Before they,
I was about to say, Lamborghini had a racing division?
They had a racing division before they got back into racing, which is weird.
Huh.
And
Yeah,
it was a one-off thing,
making tractors.
It was around when Enzo Ferrari was winning everything, and then got mad because he got second place in one of the races, and I think that's when Lamborghini and McLaren, and the McLaren was a driver at the time, and then I think Lamborghini wanted to build a car to beat that in that race, but they failed, and they scrapped everything and stopped doing everything in general and only wanted to focus on luxury cars. So this is definitely going to be one of those builds. That's a special build, just like the Connery Special Testarossa, because of the styling, but it will be racing inspired.
Yeah.
A little fun fact: in the 60s or 70s, there was a NASCAR driver. I forgot which NASCAR driver it was, but they were in the go-kart World's Championship or something. And this NASCAR driver beat Ayrton Senna. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
I'm really tempted to chuck in that most British F1 drivers that have gone to do NASCAR have won in their rookie year. But I'm going to refrain from that. I'm not going to say that because that would just be really rude.
Making a left turn.
Andy, did you ever figure out about the?
It's a thing.
You ain't missed a fucking thing.
But for sure, this is definitely going to be box stocks.
Andy,
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out the Cobra Jet stickers that I was asking about?
Yeah. What color do you want them?
Huh?
What color do you want them?
Since we were talking
I don't know what color you think.
rare kits, here's one that's going to be a real trivia. How many of you have heard of the 1997 Mercury Cougar XR7 kit? Apparently, it's extremely rare now.
We'll talk offline.
I'm trying to find a picture for you.
Hey, look.
Here's clear over the green, Andy.
Yeah, that ones I've got. I got them.
That looks
There's
clean,
about
dude.
4 others.
Brandon, that looks clean.
Thanks. I'll do 2 coats probably, but I thought I might have to redo the scoop. It's super grainy. Good heavens.
These are the ones
So-
I'm thinking about
From that
next.
metallic.
Yes,
Ooh,
please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you guys are all big on the American flag.
Hey.
That.
Yes,
I go
please.
down the goal. That's just cool.
No, thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, please. I can put that skull in between that.
Also, with another rarity, the Aerovet.
Oh yeah, didn't that have a rotary?
Oh, the
has a
Aerovet.
weird-
Yeah, that was that's when they were trying to experiment with other things. I'm pretty sure back in the '60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Failed
Yeah.
miserably. It was right when the gas prices hit.
yes, and and that's when they were like, oh yeah, we want a mid-engine Corvette, but not.
Not at the moment.
Well,
Let's put a
gentlemen,
Dorito-
I'm gonna
let's
be
put
a
a
good
Dorito
night.
in a Corvette
I gotta
today.
go get my
Yeah.
son.
Ooh, okay.
Tell your son his builds are amazing. I loved them. I want more pictures of that truck he done.
I'll send you some more.
Yeah, please. That truck is so cool.
Thank you.
He did really
All right, guys,
well.
have a good evening.
All right, mate. You take care.
Bye.
Here's another
Yeah.
rare kit. How many of you have seen the movie Convoy?
Yep.
Yes.
Rubber
Nope,
duck.
I've never seen it.
They actually made a model of the rubber duck truck, and I know a guy who has one, and he says they're going for about $600.
Jesus.
I believe it. I believe it.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, I'll buy 2. Anyone want an equal?
Oh, what, one for me and one for you? You heard him say that, right? You heard him admit to that, right?
I heard him. I can vouch.
The house payment.
Cool.
I was going to kit bash them both.
Oh, that would be a giant middle
So
finger.
instead of
to
the rubber duck, you'll have the super goose.
Yep. Rubber duck was gay anyway. Just look at him. He's got a bad beard. He's no snowman.
Oh yeah.
Tell you
So-
what, my job, legit, and my job, they make me braid this up because they're worried about it getting caught in the presses. Like, they have to make me braid it and then fold it in half. So,
What? Oh, no.
I mean, it's a printing press moving at 900 feet a second.
Oh well, yeah. That's
Oh,
important.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta
just
rip
be
your
more
face
careful.
off.
Yeah. I got it pinched me on the back of the arm the other day, and my arm was just bleeding profusely. I was like, dang. And it was in idle. Like, I was cleaning it, and it just went, pew, and I was like, fuck me. And I got a big old freaking gash on the back of my arm.
Yeah, when things moving that fast get you, it can be pretty scary really quickly. Like,
Oh yeah, I've literally seen a goal where we were working in a toothpaste machine, and I was training as maintenance, and basically the toothpaste machine latched onto the back of her hair, like it fed the into the gears, and then it pulled up and it scalped all the side of her hair. I was like,
Oh,
ugh.
don't tell me this.
Ugh.
Like,
No one
the
likes
one
to pull up.
video I saw, it was at a paper factory, and this one person, I don't know what happened, but he got caught in the paper actually squeezing area, because what they do is it steams the paper and then it squeezes it and dries it out. He got caught in there somehow, and like that, he just goes through and you see his shoes fly off and you don't even know where he goes. Like you knew he was instant dead.
Yeah.
No pain.
That's intense.
So I have an idea regarding these, that maybe instead of that, I use a rim that looks like something else. Hang on. I have a plan.
Oh yeah, I have a question for everyone. For anyone who here has ever done the Revell 68 Charger 2-in-1 kit?
I've done it, and it's a twin engine Charger. I'll actually get it right now. It's actually my profile picture.
I have it. I just haven't built it yet. I've built one
I
similar
haven't
though.
Charger yet.
I've built one.
I've built a couple Chargers.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Oh, what, my rack? Thanks.
You staring at his rack?
Staring at my rack there, guy?
Staring at his rack.
I'm offended that you chose to ask a question right as I walked away, so repeat everything you just said.
I asked if
staring at Brandon's rack.
anyone's done the 68 Charger 2-in-1 from Revell.
Oh, I have done it. I've got it right there. I took the motor out of it because I put that motor in a 67 GTX, and I'm just refusing to acknowledge what you did because I didn't think of it first.
Oh, but I was wondering, has anyone ever run into that hood hinge problem? It's here. Let me grab it. It's always this one. It's always the passenger or driver's side hood hinge, because for some reason on all of my builds, it just stays. I can't even freaking close it.
Yeah, I sometimes go hinge.
Check the dash. Check the dash mount and the firewall. Check the dash mount and firewall.
Yeah, see, that's what I've been doing right now. But
you might have to take out some
right.
material from the actual top of the hinge to get it to sit flush. That's what I had to do with my Boss 302 Mustang. I had to take material off the top of the actual hinge part to get it to sit flush.
yeah.
So I'm thinking that I might put those, I don't know if I can get it to go, those rims on the inside of these to make it look like a little
Afterburner.
Yeah.
Oh, those would look
I
all right.
still think you should get these, mate.
Yeah, but I want to build it now, and I'm already halfway through it.
You got 2 months.
No, I ain't got 2 months. I got other models to build in 2 months.
Well, I think I'm going to be finished on this Scooby before I finish my Porsche.
Does anyone actually look at the instructions anymore?
Yes. I look at the instructions with the sole purpose of figuring out how to build it completely differently. Because then if I know how it's supposed to go together, I know how I can change it.
Yes, exactly. That's all I do at this point.
I only check to make sure I've got all fixed.
Yeah.
The only time I look at it is for things like this, engine work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Engine work, and then honestly, the only time I ever look at it, I scan through everything, I rip everything out, and I get the decal sheet and the engine sheet out. That's all I have. Rest of the time, it pretty much, I use the paper as spray paint paper.
But on this Scooby, the instructions didn't turn up with it.
Oh.
Good luck.
What are you going to do?
I've got a hammer handy.
That's when they say, and have fun. You open the box and there's just an IO
One
unit.
side of this, I cracked too much tile. Look. See if you guys can see this.
A sheet of paper with like.
Got too thick on the cracking. No big deal. One side looks really nice.
No, you want it to look cracked because then it's an old paint job for an old tire rack in a old.
I thought about doing a weathered look on it, but yeah, one side's kind of cracked. It looks kind of cool. The other side's nice. I put a tad too thick. This stuff's finicky, guys. I'm telling you, if you go too early or too thick, it'll crack.
Yeah.
Clear coat's always my downfall. Clear coats and hoods.
Yeah, clear coats are always my downfall.
Hoods always. I always have to do my hoods twice, or just leave them with an imperfection. But I always screw up my hoods, and usually stripping bodies. I feel like I might have to strip this Nova, but I hope I don't. It's just so grainy. That scoop didn't turn out very good. It's shiny, but it's grainy. It's like,
yeah, I'm not even going to use the scoop. I'm not even going to use that thing.
There you go. Now you can see it. It's that metallic.
Oh yeah.
The metallic sits so like.
Sorry about that, guys. My phone decided to die on me, despite the fact that it's plugged in.
The car's not too
The
bad.
phone's draining more power than it's receiving. It'll do that.
Yeah, my phone's doing that right now too.
Yeah, you guys should plug in. It'll make life way easier.
Or use a laptop.
I plugged mine into my TV.
Is that why your video is so clear?
Yeah. Yeah, it's because you guys are on a tripod right now.
Oh.
I have my phone propped up on my old box TV that I use for watching movies and ignore all bugs. Seems to help.
So one question I've been meaning to ask is, what do you guys normally do if a tire doesn't fit a rim? Because what I normally do is I just start sanding it out and boring it until
Is the tire too small in the inner diameter?
Well, it's got like little burrs on it, so it's loose in some areas and tighter in others.
You could sit it in hot water. You could sit it in hot water for like a few minutes, like boiling hot water for a few minutes, and then pull it out and then just slap it on the wheel. Unpainted, and then let it sit for a minute, and then pull the wheel out, and then you should have a good fit.
Because the heat will force the rubber to shrink, right? When it cools down.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'll fit around the tire?
Yeah.
That's actually, fun fact, that's actually what they do with railroad wheels. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. Scooby's been clear coated.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh, that is awesome.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's 2 coats of clear.
Nice.
Is that weird named paint where it's called like
Caraco?
Yeah, that's the one. Sean, how do you pronounce it?
It's Caraco.
That's the one.
That's it.
I'm so pleased you're here, mate. Legend.
I came across some random really cheap like wheels that like came in, like they're like racing
I've got
wheels.
a set of those.
Yeah, and so I was like, these are trash. And so all I did was just cut the back off and transverse it to the front and actually made some really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all right. They look good.
And these are the
I
front.
got a set of those for my Focus, and the kit wheels that are in the Focus are bigger than those are.
Yeah, these are the front, so I made some front thin-walled dishes. And then these are the rears that I made some thick-walled dishes.
Nice.
So let me get these up here. So, like really cheap wheels can turn into some really fancy ones.
All right, they're not as cheap as these ones. Chester, these ones I found on Hero Boy website.
Oh, damn.
Didn't have a price tag. They were free. I was like, right, I'll have them. I was waiting for them to be added to the bill, and later on, it never happened.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have ordered 3 sets, at least.
But the ones I'm using for this current Ferrari are actual, I can't remember what the actual wheels are from, but these are these Centerline. The brand was like Centerline back then, or like Raceline.
Yep. Yeah, I know them, yeah.
Yeah, Raceline. and then I used a chrome lip from like some really old drag wheels that fit perfect. So they came up to these like really nice 3-piece looking wheels, and it just works. Like it's weird how like I set aside a lot of parts and then just randomly like put them together unexpectedly, and then they just work perfect.
But you guys talking about those wheels reminds me of an idea I had, and it goes back to a Dirty Santa last year's Christmas, and it was at weird. It was the whole model club, and just for context, there's I think like 3 to 5 guys in the club that pretty much only build semi-truck stuff. And one of the kits that came out was the green Mack RS 600. So the person that got it really wasn't into trucks. And then the first guy nabbed it, and just for kind of a joke, I guess. And it kept getting passed around. And then eventually a black guy got it. This isn't being like, this is actually for context. And then everyone actually started joking and saying he's going to turn it into a donk or something. And I'm like, that would actually be cool. Sadly, he didn't keep it, though, and someone else nabbed it. And now I'm on, like, a small mission of getting that same RS Mac. And I want to put, like, 40-inch wire Daytons on it, make it topless, paint it in, like, some sparkly color, just to see what it would look like.
That'll be cool.
That'd be interesting, yeah. Right, I got a question about those donks. I don't get them.
I don't either. Isn't that a southern thing? Texas does it.
Why would you want to put wheels that big on anything other than a truck?
True.
All right, I saw a picture. It was during a flood, and one of the guys was driving an Oldsmobile like that with those big wheels on it, and it was like he knew what was going on. I was like, hell yeah, he did. He knew all along. It was like Tyrone knew all along, and I was like, I thought it was the best fucking thing ever. I was like, shit, that's awesome.
Got through that flood for sure.
Yeah, I will never build one of those in my entire life.
It's crazy.
I just don't get it. There's just.
I won't do it either.
It's ugly and there's.
It's a waste of a model.
Yeah, it's just obscene.
There's actually quite a few people I follow on Instagram that solely only make donk models.
Yeah,
same here.
Them as well.
And actually, at our model
they never
show,
finish them either. It looks like they never finish them. They just put motors together, put the bodies on the wheels, and
like
it's
really
Windows black.
I can only say this. If I
each their own, right? It's no big deal.
Yeah, expression.
Yeah.
Use your words, Chester. Use your words.
Yeah.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Elon Musk in it.
Breathe in and then out. In and out.
It comes with great pleasure that people are building models in general. I can't stress that enough because it is therapeutic.
Yes.
Yes. Models are the only thing that keep me sane at this point, except my truck.
However, when I see rare model kits that are in resin or that are just rare kits that have been manipulated in such a way that I will never understand. Yes, it's for the hobby. I get it, but you're spending over like you're spending triple-digit hundreds.
Basically, what you're trying to say is every time you see it, a little piece of you dies inside.
Yeah.
Oh man, whatever piece left that's inside, yes, the madness ensues.
It's like I got a Richard Petty Dodge Dart here, original release, and
donk it.
Donk it. Yeah, donk it.
Fuck no. No, the guy who sold it to me, I made sure that he handed me the model and I handed him the cash before I said what I was gonna do. And basically he goes to me, so what are you planning on doing on it? Are you gonna build it like box stock? I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna like lower it to the ground, pull an LS motor in the front of it, you know, make like a Ken Block inspired drift one. He goes, what the fuck? Why would you put an LS inside a motor? I was like,
like
that reaction alone.
That's worth it. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna clear this body and hopefully it turns out all right. Wish me luck.
But actually, the Detroit area auto modeler show that we put on every year, we have a little subsection, curbside and lowrider, and for some reason people enter donks in both.
Because there's no room for the engine because they've just filled up the entire model with wheel.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the case is. It's like you get these really, they're really nice. I mean, people put time and effort in 3D printing these wheels, and these are real market wheels that are 3D printed, but they are large enough to be put on a 1/12 to 1/16 scale wheel almost.
All right, there is one part about it that I will respect with those model builders. The ones who make it so that they actually move, and do, like, jumps and stuff, like that I'll respect. That I can respect because you put a motor, you put a little motor in there and the hydraulics to do it. That I can respect. But if you're just putting giant ass wheels on a car, then I don't get it. But if there's like an actual purpose behind why you did what you did, because you're going to put like the motor and make it move and stuff like that, then yeah, okay, cool. You've got my support on that. I will back you 100%. That is cool. I can't do anything like that. You have my respect. But beyond that, not really.
I quite like the guys that make them into radio control cars.
Yes, dude. Have you seen that?
That's so cool.
Make It RC, where he does the little drift 1970 bell, the little yellow and black one. I was like, damn. Now, what's great is
talking about was it like Fresh Squeezed or something like that?
I don't know. Walmart out here has 1/25th scale RC cars. So I was like, if you can find one that has the same wheelbase, oh, Donut Media. Well, pop, baby!
Guys, I gotta show you this.
They just released a new video.
Oh yeah, every fastest car of the year.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
That looks wicked, mate.
That's awesome, the first car to reach 200, the 69 Daytona. Am I a joke to you?
Wow.
Oh, geez. They're showing like all of my favorites right now.
A little grainy, but it'll pass.
If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it was the 69 Daytona that reached 200 first off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the Porsche 959 never made it to the States because it was
it was on
it broke a lot of regulations. That's why they didn't bring it to California or New York or something like that. It was against a lot of like homologation rules.
Not homologation, but safety standards.
Safety standard. Some of the cars when I lived in the States, some of the cars I saw that were still road legal were the biggest sack I've ever seen in my life.
But here's a car that I wish would have been a thing, and I wish it's still a thing, and I wish we would have kept the Ford Cosworth, even though it's a Ford car. It's not even of Ford America.
No, it was a British car.
Yeah. And it's like that. That car is perfect in every way.
Which one? Yeah, Mark II. Actually, I do like the Mark I Mexico, but you've got, is that the Sierra Cosworth, the Sierra Sapphire Cosworth?
Yeah.
Or the Escort Cosworth?
S2. The S200 or the RS200 or something like that.
Yes.
The RS200.
Don't you do it. Don't you fucking do it. Don't you do it.
Put a dunk on it.
Hello from the Golden Gate Bridge.
How do you do that? How
I
do you
don't
do
know. You
that?
could add a background. I was playing with this thing, and I was trying to switch it up, but now it's stuck on San Fran here. God.
There you go, Chester. There's an RS200.
I've got one
I
of
think
those
I,
in
I think
Ford,
I
though.
have. I think I have the Ken Block RS200.
Nice.
I also have the original version Matchbox. Unmolested. Well, I say unmolested. It's absolutely battered.
Yeah. You know what's funny? The only thing that I have that's not old and beaten from like my Hot Wheels days was this old van that I found in storage that I actually rebuilt, and it's this thing.
Nice.
Wow.
That looks
Wait,
Right, I need to ask, guys. Right, do I do a fat oval exhaust on the Scooby,
Yes.
or do I go pikey Chavville,
twin tip. Oh, I'd go the big fiber
big
there,
ass
yeah.
5-inch pipe?
Fiber.
Twin.
Or double. You got the twin?
I'd do double.
I would do dual. Yeah.
You got the twin? Let's see it. Where's he at?
That's the twin.
There he is.
Yeah.
Twin or fiber, for sure. If you don't want that fiber, I'll be here. He's sick.
Yeah, see, I would go with either the big one or the twin because I know that I'm going with the big one on my G20 outside.
Yeah, I'm thinking 5-inch.
Yeah, that one's...
Only because that's, you know, because
so
every
mean.
London driver of a Scooby is a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, that's because they can't afford an Evo.
Oh, there too?
Don't you go there.
Evos, you got to service a lot more than the Scooby.
Yeah, that's true. My
love
my old boss's Evo that I got in is made from 14 different Evos.
It's like you have to have like what, 4
I had a
would
mate
love
of
to
mine, he
see
worked
that.
for an IT company, and his mate was given like so much money a month to have a company car,
Mm-hmm.
and it just so happened that at the time that money covered the cost for, I think it was an Evo 5.
Nice.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
his
he's
company
got,
car was an Evo 5. But what he
he's got
didn't know
Evo 7.
was they've got to have a full strip down service every 6 months or every 5,000 miles.
yeah.
Oh,
With
he's a
4
car
new tyres
technician
as well.
He does a car technician. He does his does his own stuff. But no, I got in that thing, and 2 wheels launching is great. 4 wheels launching is so much better.
Better.
Like I
Better.
remember I got in the
Hold
back
you
of that
back
thing,
next
and I swear to God, I told him, I was like, dude, I was not prepared for what this thing did to my body, but I know
Yeah,
I'm on it.
man.
Okay, so he's got a video of it up online, and he took his. Actually, you know what? Story time.
Story
time.
Everyone sitting comfortably.
Yeah, story time.
Everyone sit comfortably, okay.
All right. So here we go. A long post, but worth the read. So a lot of this is in reference to places out here in Knoxville. Oh, hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Are you going to repaint those rims, though? Are you going to repaint those rims, though, or are you going to leave
I'm
them?
kind of liking the chrome. I'm not.
Wow.
Brass would look so much better.
Oh,
Dude, have you got a set of brass rims just to look at? Because here's the thing, you know, copper and green, it's the color of money. You got to do it.
Richard Rawlings style.
I have some custom wheels coming in for the snow.
Sorry, you're getting a picture of my beautiful belly.
Custom.
Okay, so this is in reference to a lot of places out here in Knoxville. So, let me paint you a picture. It's Saturday night. Your wife looks at you and says, let's get my mom to watch Dommy, that's their son, and go have dinner in Pigeon Forge. We can hit the island, see the lights, and let's take the Evo. Obviously, you jump at the opportunity to take the old girl out and your wife. So you hop in the car and you head on up. You have a nice meal at Logan's. She gets the sirloin. You get the Roadhouse Deluxe Burger. You know, the one, bacon, crispy onion straws, and barbecue sauce. You swing by the island. You walk around and decide, let's go home. So you're driving down the strip in this new Camaro with Edelbrock heads and a boiler exhaust and many other things pulls up, making a dick of themselves. You think in your mind, I don't need to plaster my car in stickers to prove my point. So you get that deep down little tingle where you know you've just got to make this guy your bitch and ruin his night. You look at your wife in the passenger seat and she says those magic words to you. Just don't get a ticket. And then it's on. You look at the Camaro. You set it in 2 steps, but you don't ping it. You give it a little flutter. 3,000, 3.5. Just enough to let them know you're in, but not enough to let them know they are fucked. You wait, looking calm, collected, staring at the light. It goes green and you hit a perfect launch. You floor it and shift out as it hits the first ping at 5,500 RPMs. The car drops, it hooks, you take off, it wiggles right, it wiggles left. And you try to look over your shoulder to your rear view and see how far back your new bitch is, but you can't because your seat just broke and you're laying in the back seat. Then about halfway home, you realize you have a deck pole in the trunk and you use it to prop open the trunk with. So you prop your seat up in a sigh of relief just to realize that the pole is 2 clicks too long. So now your nuts rub the steering wheel if you're not careful. So now you get to drive home, holding yourself up, hugging the steering wheel like an 85-year-old lady, and all you can think is, worth it. That thing has so much torque in it that it snapped the bolts holding his fucking seats in place. I got into that car after that race. The way he fixed that car was he simply moved the passenger seat into the driver's seat. So I'm sitting behind him. So there's me, Lance, and then engine. And I'm like, you're going to do a launch, right? And he goes, yeah. I said, go easy. And he goes, why? I said, I read the fucking story. The only thing that's going to stop you from hitting this back seat is my body. And you're 6'4" and almost 270 pounds. I don't need to die tonight. I swear to God, it was like he bought this exhaust system from eBay, and it's called a Skunk 2 exhaust, and it is the nastiest sounding motor nastiest sounding exhaust I have ever heard in my life. It is so loud that you can't think. He's got a sound system in that car. You would never fucking know. He's like, can you hear the music? I'm like, nope. Not a damn thing. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, this is a 4-banger. This is a 4-cylinder Evo. And this sounds meaner than most muscle cars. Like, what the crap? So the Evo is my all-time favorite car. Like, I like muscle cars. Growing up in England as well, the only real, exposure you have to muscle cars is whatever they show on Top Gear, gone in 60 seconds, and
and they say, oh yeah, it's not coming to the UK.
Yeah, it's not coming to the UK. There's this brand new Dodge Challenger that's not coming to the UK. Oh,
check out the new Mustang. It's not coming to the UK.
Yeah.
Right?
All the fucking time. So that's the only real exposure you have to it. So obviously, I have like a love for muscle cars coming over here, but if I could own any vehicle, it would be that vehicle. And the only reason he put me in that car that day was because he had discovered that that car was my favorite all-time car.
What a hero.
Yeah, and he is the guy who basically got me to build a replica of his car. He is the first person to have paid me to build a replica of his vehicle that he then takes to car shows with his actual car and has the replica sitting in the dashboard.
Nice.
And then after that, that's when my buddy Nathan, he's a novelist. He wrote a book series called Orphan Surfacing, which is about, it's an alternate reality where God has been murdered by the devil, but the angels are fighting the eternal struggle for humanity. And the big bad guy in that book drives a 1970 Chevelle, and he had me build the model, put tiny little copies of his book inside the passenger seat with like references to all the books and everything that he's got. And he takes that to book signings with him, because when people ask him about the 1970 Chevelle in the book, he goes, this is what it would look like. and it's got the actual Chevelle there. It's called the Orphan, because in the book it makes no sense as to why this bad guy would be driving a 1970 Chevelle, because the bad guy is a demonically possessed priest, and I'm like, why would a priest be driving a 1970 Chevelle?
Because he's got taste, clearly.
Here it is.
Yeah, clearly he's got
So
taste.
cool.
He's got a demon in him. All right, yeah, I can respect that. I can respect that.
So
Yeah,
I can respect that.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
The fact that England and the UK doesn't get our muscle cars is kind of payback for the fact that we didn't get European
But I-
cars, like the Golf GTI and the special versions of whatever European car you guys got.
You have the Golf GTI.
Yeah,
You
it's
get
called a
Volkswagen
Rabbit.
Golf GTIs now.
there is
I thought
one
that-
car that I've always wanted to own in real life, and it's the E-Type, and I have the kit.
Are you going to build it as if it was yours?
Wait, I have built it.
Oh, God, okay.
No, it's getting massive turbos put on it, and
I have built it in
you
BRM.
built that for the build off, didn't you?
Yeah,
That was a build off one, and that's where you first started using leather.
yeah, and this is when
Leather interior.
so I did the whole thing to spec as I wanted, or how I feel like it should, with the leather bracings, and the interior is leather.
The white walls are clean.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
that's
I made
right,
a picnic blanket.
Damn.
And it's-
Yeah, mate, I saw that and I loved that. That's just so nice. There were so many questions that went around about how you did it as well at the time.
Oh
Damn.
yeah.
Everyone was impressed. Yeah. Oh, I forgot you done the
Back
roof
to the
lining.
Evo real quick. Back to the Evo real quick. Do you guys know how to tell the difference
Yeah, this
between an Evo and a standard base model Lancer?
Go on and shoot. Tell me.
The key to tell the difference is you look at the fuel cap or the fuel door. I think on the base model Lancer it's square, and on the Evo it's circular.
I didn't know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, just
Was
looking
that-
at them, that's hard.
Does it what?
But I see it to see if someone mimicked it or not. It's a good idea.
But yeah, this is my all-time favorite car, like hands down.
That was a gorgeous
Yeah.
build. I loved that when you made it.
So
I just want to have a case for it.
a couple weeks after the whole Evo incident, where I got to drive it, driving it, I had a 2012 Volkswagen Jetta turbocharged diesel,
Nice.
and this guy, I still laugh about it to this day. He came up next to me in a grey Evo, just a standard grey Evo, and he came up next to me, and I swear to God, I'm just driving along, just minding my own business, going to Hobby Lobby. I'm just like, I'm gonna go check in on Lance and Thomas, see how everyone's doing. I'm just driving along, and this guy is going past me and then slowing down, and then past me and then slowing down. And I just glance over just for a second, and he's like this, okay? His hand is here, and he's like this, looking through the passenger's window at me, and I'm like, nope, I know what that car's capable of. I'm not making a fool of myself today.
Wait, what car was it?
It was a Evo, grey Evo. And I was in a 2012 Volkswagen Jetta with a turbocharged diesel motor. And I was like, nope. Just nope. I'm not doing it.
Not being funny, he's clearly. You probably could have done him. Because if he's picking. No, the thing is, if he's picking on you being in a TDI Jetta.
Oh, okay. So the exhaust on the back of my Jetta was like this. So as my Jetta would go along, you would hear it. Like it was definitely loud. It had more bark than a bite. Definitely had more bark than a bite.
Cars like that.
So, and I was okay with that. I liked that. I didn't care. But usually when I'd get like a little, like I'd have a guy that I knew, he was in a Focus, like one of those like Ford like Focus Fusions or whatever it was, the sedan or whatever, and he'd drive by me.
Focus.
Nope. I'd blow past him, and then I had another guy in a Lexus who I always used to see on down the road from me where I used to go to work. I always fucking smoke him. I had a guy when I owned my 2002 Chevy Silverado. That thing was not stock at all, and I ended up trading it for my 2012 Jetta. But the guy that I worked with, he owned a Chevy as well, and he was always mad because my truck was faster than his. Always, we'd always get to the light, and I'd always leave him behind. And he obviously didn't understand power to weight ratio, right? I was in a 2002 Chevy Silverado. He was in a 2018 Chevy Silverado. There is a massive size difference between those vehicles, as well as his had a 6-inch lift kit on it, all right? So he was massive, and I had my stock height 2002 Chevy, and he would get so pissed off all the time. And like I said, he never understood the power to weight ratio mentality, because he saw me in my Jetta, and he goes to me, "Oh yeah, you think that Jetta will outrun my truck? I can guarantee it won't. I can guarantee it won't." I was like, "You still don't understand. You still don't understand that I'm smaller, so I'm faster than you. You don't get it." And he texted me because I ended up working at a facility past where he worked, so I just blew by him and kept going. He sent me a text like an hour later. "There ain't no way that motherfucker's stock." And I was like, "Power to weight." And that's all. And that's the last time I ever heard from him. Was I texted him back? I said, "Power to weight," and that was it. And I never heard from him again. And I was like, "Damn it!" But now I got my Infinity G20, and it is.
Wow. So as I don't want to,
All right.
but I have to go on my daily run.
All right, then, mate. No worries.
Well, I think you should just delay it and run twice as much tomorrow.
I think you should leave a bit later and drive a car.
I've actually got an interesting Evo story myself, except I didn't actually see it in person. Me and someone else were watching these videos called Spectator Drags on YouTube, and it was at a dirt track oval, and it was a bunch of V8, and someone bought an Evo. And
you guys, my neighbor just pulled out his 68.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
Can't see. Zoom in.
Can't
Zoom
see
in.
it.
Zoom in.
and
Zoom in.
I can't. There's no zoom.
Ooh.
Gently drive over here.
Can't zoom on. Walk out there.
Just run across the street. Yeah.
Yeah, just run over there. Go, look, the guys want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see it. We want to see it.
He's going to be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm on it. Let's go." There you go. There's your daily run.
Yeah, run. Run, Chester, run.
But anyway, I think it was like an Evo 8, and they're at a dirt track, and there was a couple cars that were doing really good. There was a 70s Chrysler Cordoba, an AMC Gremlin, and then there was a black Camaro Z28, like mid-70s, that were also really good.
I'm going to show you guys.
And I think,
Oh, he's going across the street.
He's legit going over there.
Across the street.
Oh, damn. Look at that
I
thing.
wanted to see it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Damn.
was that a 68 Camaro, 69? Or is that 67?
67.
Oh, that looks nice.
That is awesome.
Going across the street, sure enough.
Like 8 of them talking right now. Is that right? Yeah.
Way cool.
Yeah, just random neighbours run up to him.
Start it up.
We're looking at your
Start
car,
it up.
mate.
Start it up.
Start it up. Start
Burn
it up.
out. Burn out. Burn out.
In his own fucking driveway.
Burn out. Burn out. Burn out.
You guys are
So
insane.
anyway, this Evo comes up against the Gremlin, which is doing insanely good. And my friend who's watching it with me, he thinks that the Gremlin's going to win because it's just whooping all the other contestants. And I'm like, no, this is a dirt track. That Evo's going to win by far. And he's like, you want to put
it's
a
got
dollar
active
on
yaw
it?
control and
And I'm like, no, I don't want to put a dollar on it because if I lose, that's a dollar lost. And I should have, because he two-steps it straight off the line, just leaves that Gremlin. First turn, no chance. But the Gremlin is really good on the straights. That's where it beat the rest of the cars. So Joe's like, it's not over yet. And because the way it was looking when they came out of turn 2, it looked like the Gremlin might keep up, but then when that Evo built up the boost, it was gone. And I'm like, man, I should have bet a dollar on that, maybe even 10.
oh yeah, like okay,
Really?
so everyone brags about NOS. Everyone thinks NOS is so great. No, dude, boost.
No, NOS is great. If you inhale that stuff, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a fantastic beverage to partake in.
And yes,
Boost is a whole different monster. Like,
All pun intended, right?
yeah, actually, yeah, full pun intended. I didn't even realize that I'd made a pun right there.
This
I
gearbox
dropped
doesn't
the
fit.
wallet out of the Jag.
Oh, that was nice.
The hell?
Dropped
Gearbox fitment
Guys,
fail.
the Unicorn, or the Hoonigan electric handbrake.
You mean the Hydro Brake?
Hydro brake, that's the one.
You putting it in?
That's going in
Nice.
the Scooby.
Oh
Ooh,
shit! You can
wow.
actually put the Hoonigan handle in it.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. All right, so if
It's
you
got a
don't,
full rally interior, so why
if
not?
you don't make Hoonigan decals, I swear to God, I am going to be so
I'm gonna-
disappointed in you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make some of those and put those on there.
Right, I've already
Yeah.
done the Ford Raptor. The Raptor tracks,
Okay.
that's done.
Okay,
I've
But-
got that.
the Raptor isn't Hoonicorn logos on that Scooby though.
I'm not putting Unicorn graphics on the Scooby.
Just leave.
I'll
Just leave.
I'll put the
Just
DC
leave,
stuff on
please.
it.
You can
Get
leave.
outta here.
You can go now.
Get
It
out of
doesn't
here.
have
Bye.
It doesn't have Unicorn.
I'm
stuff
officially
on the
kicking
Scooby.
you out of your own
It's got
competition.
DC graphics.
Fuck out.
DC graphics.
Decent. Nah.
I don't know. I still haven't decided whether I'm actually going to put
Oh,
the
yeah. Do it
the
up.
actual graphics on it yet. That
Hey,
might be
Sorry,
quite smart.
I can't hear you over the sound of you not putting Hoonicorn graphics on that car.
Yeah, I can't hear you either. What?
Well,
Hello?
I think the audio was cutting out. What was that?
Yeah, what was that?
I will see.
You watch. He'll put one Hoonicorn graphic on it, and it'll be like on the dash or something. It'll just be like, there you go. There's your one Hoonicorn graphic.
I'll stamp it across the windscreen and the back.
Yeah.
You're out, B. Screw off.
So what's funny is Joel Iceman Collections put some kits on his website, and it's funny because the Hunifox is about to be a thing, and there's a kit on his website for sale. And you know what's very reminiscent of that kit? It's the race spec Fox body model model kit. And I was like, I think I need to like buy that kit so that I could be the first one to get it, so that I can be the first one to build it.
See,
Right.
I think that Revell and AMT and all that are seriously
Missing something, aren't they?
missing out, not jumping on him for that stuff, because you know damn well he could fund it. Like, the reason why they don't make new kits is because, oh, there's no funding, blah 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 blah.
There's loads of fun. They make
Trust
that.
me.
Yeah,
We'll
there's
make
loads of
billions.
fun.
Like, well, the whole thing is that Revell has to scan the body, make the molds, mass produce the mold, and there's like thousands upon thousands of dollars before you get your $23 kit.
Yeah.
$30 kit, your $40 kit, whatever.
Yeah, but if they suddenly turn around and done the whole Ken Block collection,
yeah, but
and
here's
they've
the
done them
thing.
all at £25 or
Why the
about
hell?
30, early 30.
Why the hell can't somebody re-release AMT's 65 hardtop or the 66 hardtop that they made, and then make a Ken Block widebody kit?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Your framework's already there. All you're making is an upgrade kit for the widebody. That's all you're making.
But the fact that you're asking AMT to do that is just like it's bound to go wrong. It's an accident waiting to happen because when AMT brings out molds from like the 60s and 70s, that's why their stuff doesn't.
They've already done it 3 times. They did the Resto Mod Mustang. They did the re-release of the 66 hardtop.
But did it fit together well?
Yes, it's a good kit. It's just a rare fucking kit to find.
AMT has released so many kits recently.
Yeah.
Because the white Freightliner cab over, tried building that, and it was just a pile of garbage. Nothing fit together. The cab never, like the interior bucket didn't fit in the cab. The cab didn't fit together, and I just didn't like the way the frame was made.
I managed to take those MPC truck kits and turn them into gold. And it's weird. People are like, why would you buy those kits? The Deserter kit or that camo GMC truck.
Oh, yeah, I know that one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the pieces definitely didn't fit. The molds, like one side was thicker than the other, and it sucked. But it's like if your fabrication skills are at least high enough to know how to get around it, any kit could work.
Yeah. AMT secretly stands for a modeler's training.
Yeah.
I thought it stood for America's Massacred Toys.
No, MP or that MPC, modeler's professional career. You can build that. You can build anything.
I built the MPC 66 Charger, and I hated about half of the time I spent working on it.
Okay, has anyone built the MPC giant Firebird? The big
No, I've never even seen this. Whatever you're
Oh,
talking
that?
about.
No, God, no.
Because I want to. Because I have a giant Lego Mustang. I have a giant Lego Unicorn Mustang.
I've seen it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, on that Mustang.
Yes.
Wish website have actually got the engines, the motors to go in it.
Yeah, I'm not buying them though because it's a case of I don't want to have my Lego explode when I crash it.
We'll glue it together.
Yeah, use epoxy.
What's the point of it being Lego?
Exactly. Lego is build it and then tear it apart like 5 weeks later. Or at least that's for me.
There's over 3,000 pieces in this damn kit. I'm not taking anything apart.
Jeez. It's like, oh yeah, I made a fantastic piece.
All right, no, let me show you. Okay. Y'all are going to learn today. Andy, you've already seen this shit. Y'all are going to learn how big this fucking Lego kit is. Right, so this is my 71 CUDA, right? 1/25th scale model.
Actually, those are
hang on.
Those
Oh, you got it.
This
are
thing is
1/4
just
scale.
obscene.
Extra lights.
He brings over this mini refrigerator, and I'm like, oh, that's
Did I miss something?
Oh,
Hang on, it's not going to him for some reason.
There you go. I have to keep talking for it to show up because it won't show up the screen. But there you go. That's a 1/25th scale 71 CUDA next to a 3,165 piece Lego Unicorn kit that took 3 months to build.
Holy shit.
damn.
The interior opens, the hood opens, everything. Hood opens up.
Cool.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go. There's the interior of the fucking engine bay. When you build it, that engine actually turns over. It's got a drive shaft under it that you can twist and it will turn the engine over. And you can watch the pistons go out the
I
side.
have an all-wheel drive system.
Wow.
And then in the back, you can open the back up, and there's the suspension and everything. This actually broke off. I got to reattach it, but when you turn that left and right, it turns the steering wheel and actually turns the steering of the front wheels left and right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
so 125th, not 125th.
What's that, like 112?
I think that would be like 1.
It would be closer to 1/8 because even the Chip Foose Camaro isn't that big.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have.
And that's 112.
How big is the Richard Petty 73
Yeah.
Charger?
It's 1/16. The Charger is 1/16. The 69 Street Charger is 1/16.
Hang on, I got an idea.
The
Hang on.
GT500 is 1/12.
Hang on.
And then the Camaro is 1/16 or 1/12.
All right, from bumper to bumper, this thing is it's 22 inches long.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's closer to 10th or 8th scale.
Yeah.
Like, hang on, let me move all this out of the way, and then put that tape measure down. From bumper to bumper, you're looking at about 22 inches.
So slightly smaller than my dick.
So, and then 22 inches long by, we'll do the wheel arches. The wheel arches, from wheel arch to wheel arch, is 10 inches wide. So it's a 22 by 10.
Wide.
Yeah, that's pretty close to 10th scale.
And then it is 6.5 inches tall.
But the big question is it actually all-wheel drive?
If you had, oh shit, I just snapped one of the wheels off. Well, hang on, I'll be back. I gotta repair
It
the
used to
rear
be
wheel.
all-wheel drive.
Well, now it's 3-wheel drive because one of the wheels just came off because I lifted it. So give me a second. Dude, I've built this rear end so many freaking times. It's unreal. All right.
Does it actually use any Lego bricks, or is it all Lego Technics?
It's all Lego Technic.
Hmm.
Every single piece of this is Lego Technic, and it's frustrating as all hell to try and build this fucking thing.
I don't like. Did they? You can get the 1552 wheels.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
You can get those in the RC spec.
No.
I don't know if this is going to show up. Just put another clear on it.
Nice.
That's nice.
That went from green to blue.
It's blue.
Yeah.
So nice.
When I first saw it, it was
I got my interior and chassis, and motor put in here.
I'm going to be playing the world's sketchiest game of Jenga.
All right, y'all. It's time to feed the dogs. The one's getting antsy.
I'm kind of thinking I need to go to bed.
But yeah,
I gotta go. Guys, I gotta go too.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, this is
We'll
awesome.
have to do it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is actually like a really good time, like from like what 2-ish, 3 o'clock till what 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's 9
Well-
till 11 at night. So
Yeah.
it's now pitch black outside.
Oh, it's bright fucking sunny here, dude.
Yeah, same here.
It's way too sunny and hot outside.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's you guys enjoyed the Camaro, the 68.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
But
Boom.
Boom,
There we go.
he's installing
She's back.
There we go.
She has all 4 wheels again.
Nice.
Where did this come from?
There we go. The Porsche is ready for, I think, possibly its first colour.
Oh yeah, you were working on that for a while and then gave up on it because the rear end that giving you crap.
Yeah, I've had a lot of issues. See, the thing is, because I did this for one of your build-offs.
Yeah.
I started it, I thought, yeah, this would be brilliant, this would be great. So the LS is done.
Yeah.
The interior is pretty much done.
Hey, are you LS swapping Forza?
It's it was all down to how much sanding I could do on the body. But the thing is, when I put it on the body, sorry, on the chassis, the front wheels were.
Yes, he's avoiding that question. He's LS swapping a Porsche.
Oh,
Wow.
I had to kind of rebuild the whole front end and recut all the arches. It was just so much work to do. So now it's done. It sort of fits quite well. So I've just got to go. I've just got to find the right. Well, I'm painting it yellow, so it's going to be very in your face.
Before the meeting ends, real quick, I kind of need a call for help. Does anyone have any 1/25th scale American LaFrance fire truck tires? Because I'm missing 3 or 4.
Jeez.
So I have to see that I'm still registered as a newbie.
3.
Sorry, mate. I haven't got any. I haven't built any trucks yet.
Just swap those wheels, man.
Wire building. Fucking hate this shit. The next time I suggest, hey, let's build flying cars, I need a resounding fuck off.
No, because the next time you say let's build flying cars, me and Brandon are going to make it the next build off.
Hey,
I already built a flying car, though. Where I am.
Chester, how's your build off going, mate?
I did not give any things or anything off yet, but next week or next month, I swear, next month is definitely going to be a really good one to be in. I'm actually going to participate in next month because I have a few things that will go along with it very well. But everything's going good. Like I have Cadillacs to build. I do have Cadillac kits, but 2 months to build a Cadillac, I personally get too detailed oriented into wanting to build something, and I wouldn't want to rush that. But yes, next month for sure.
How's your build off going at the moment? Is it all right?
Yeah, everything's going good. A lot of good progress on a lot of people, and it's insane. Yeah, everything's going good.
Nice.
I didn't have a Cadillac, or I'd have been there.
I've already finished my Cadillac.
I've actually got a beautiful 59 Cadillac Eldorado Seville hardtop, and when I build it, it's going to be candy apple red with steel dish, like with steel wheels that are like, I'm going to say 20 inches big. Like they're going to be pretty big.
Quit being pushy.
And it's going to be a low rider, and it's going to be beautiful.
So I did this back when this kit came out back in 2006, 2007, and the paint is still fantastic.
Nice.
Almost forgot to put my second round of clear coat on the green car.
This is when House of Color used to be sold at Walmart.
Walmart used to sell modeling stuff?
Yeah. Walmart
They
used
also
to sell
tried doing it again recently.
Yeah, back in the day, they used to sell them.
Yeah, Walmart.
Yeah, like I said, they tried doing it again quite recently. They released a whole bunch of model kits, a bunch of AMT kits, diggers, dozers, Ford F-150s. They had the Model A's and everything, a whole bunch of round 2 stuff, Ghostbusters, Star Trek. And then within 3 weeks, it was on clearance.
Well, that's the best time to pick it up, isn't it?
But this one,
I have no input on how many of their kits I bought and then upselled online. I have no.
No, you'd never do anything like that. Never.
I'm sorry, but you cannot beat buying 3 dozers at $12 a pop.
Oh yeah,
they are the massive scale dozers. And then the Ford F-150s that they had, yeah, I bought more than a.
I never saw any of that going down there. I would have caught on to that quick.
Yeah, if
Oh.
I known,
I
saw
it, and then I noticed that no one was buying it, and I was like,
yeah, if
that's
you
going
go
to go on clearance.
if they still have that stuff online.
Yeah, I was like, that's going to go on clearance. And I kept going back, and I going back, and I was going back, and I was going back, and then boom, it was all in clearance. And I was like, all right, let's go. I spent a whole paycheck. I spent a whole paycheck. I bought a whole bunch of shit and then sold it all in one. I was just like, you know, fuck it, whatever.
Probably doubled your money, didn't you?
Pretty much. And then some.
Are you talking about the AMT Caterpillar dozer?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes, I am. That big old bitch. I was very, very, very tempted to make a replica of the one that the killer dozer that guy went.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh God.
Could you imagine
let's
that
have a look at
going
this.
through LA about now?
Let's have a look at this. All right, cool. Right,
Oh, that's nice.
Liking the way this is going. I'm liking the way this is going. Now, where's the hood?
I'll show you.
Have you painted it, or are you leaving it until last?
I have painted it, and the reason you haven't seen much of it is because it's going to be, well, which box could it be? Mystery number 3.
One
here.
on the left. One on the left.
Black.
Oh,
That's
nice.
always a good way to get around screwing up a hood, is to paint it a completely different color.
Yeah, it'll be gloss. I need to gloss it, but I keep getting it.
I mean, it already looks high gloss, but it looks good.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some more
Nice.
gloss in it. Got a lot of
Put
nibs.
colour on the hood
I
skin as well, haven't you?
realized that I have a bit of an issue when it comes to import cars, because I've noticed that I've got a Honda Civic hatchback that's blue with a black hood. I have a Mazda RX-7 that's blue with a black hood. Then I
I've
have
got a blue one with a black hood.
And then I've got Brian's Mitsubishi Eclipse that's blue with a black hood. And then now I've just done an R32 Skyline that's blue with a carbon fiber hood.
With a yeah.
Because, and what's funny is all of the blues are exactly the same. It is exactly the same blue across all the cars. And I didn't realize I was doing it until about 3 days ago, when I got all of them out over the table, and I was like, why do I have so many blue cars with black hoods? What the hell is this shit?
Here you go, guys. What do you think?
And
Someone's moving around your paint.
no, it's me. It's definitely me. I have a thing. If I have a feeling that something subliminally is telling me that I want to own a blue car with a black hood. I have a strong suspicion, because even when I picked out the R32, I let my 3-year-old son pick the color, and I was like, he'll pick something completely random, and he picked out that blue. And I said, what color do you want the hood? And he said black. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
I think these are going in the brake fluid, though, fellas. I'm gonna redo them, same color, but I need to lighten this up, get it less grainy, and get all the nibs out of this.
So
It's all
it looks
good.
good though.
At least there's time. It does, but I mean, if you're up close here, you'd agree.
See,
Is
that's
it bad-
why you need to cheat and do what I did. That's why you need to cheat and do what I did and just go with battle damage.
Yeah,
Rust and wear and tear and make it look like the paint is peeling off.
Authentic battle damage.
I got a couple of those.
Is it bad enough to where you can like wet sand it, or where it's not able to be wet sand?
Here's my battle damage. Couple
Okay,
of them.
such a nice. Both of those are lovely.
That one, that one. Not that one. Get rid of that one. The yellow one.
There's Camaro, yeah.
Camaro.
Yeah.
This is my
God
first weathered
dang.
build ever.
That's
I
the
didn't- I
Baldwin
should've-
Camaro, right? With the specific hood?
This one was green. Yeah, this was a special edition green mold or something. I guess
Yeah.
they came orange. I didn't
Yeah,
dirty
it's
it up.
the
quite enough,
Baldwin.
but
You have
yeah, pretty good.
But Andy, I've got a good. You know that F100 I have?
Yes.
Well, how about this? A 1950s Ford F100 Raptor. Put it up on a lift kit. Use some of your decals with it, and put like I don't know, a coyote motor in it.
Interesting.
But paint it the same color as yours. Oh, the American version.
This one.
Yep.
Rolling wheels.
Actually,
You have to get the stacks though.
Is that yellow and black?
It's tan and brown.
Okay. When I drive
There
to
you go.
Lethal Performance on Monday to get the suspension links done on my G20, there is a car. There is a truck that looks exactly like that. That is that tan and that black, parked on the side of the road.
It's not black. That's brown.
Is it as low as
Oh,
mine
it looks
though?
black.
This is dark brown. It's a metallic brown.
I always thought it was brown.
All right, now I really have to jet.
Jester, thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks, no sick.
Actually, now
When
what a rally truck. I think I want to
planning
lower
on
just like
doing
cars.
this again?
Definitely.
Soon.
Definitely.
We will definitely do this again. This has been fun. I've been
This is really
recording
fun.
this. I'm actually going to stick it on my YouTube channel.
Ooh, nice.
So
I wanna see it on
what,
YouTube.
3 hours that we've been chatting?
Wow,
Yeah.
time flies.
Yeah, I'll upload it onto YouTube and it'll be on there. So drop me a DM me your YouTube channel and I'll tag you in it. So if any of you guys got YouTube channels, drop me a DM me your YouTube.
Yeah, I was just about to shout mine out. Actually, I was going to ask if I could shout mine out.
Just send me it. I'll stick it all in there. I'll do an opening and a finish and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right on.
Sweet. Yes, I will. I will DM you that right before I leave.
Lovely. All right, nice one. Cheers, guys. Oh,
Right on. See you, man.
that's a very different colour to it was last time, Brandon.
What's that?
Cheers, Chester. Take care, bud.
Yep.
Later, guys.
Bye.
The Porsche is due for yellow next.
Very nice.
I
Yellow
think
it up.
I'm there. So
Yellow it up.
next week's job. All right, then, guys. Yeah, I'm going to finish my beer and go to bed.
Good chat.
So, see you later. Thank you very much for joining us.
I'm gonna get to scanning some more shit for you.
Lovely. Thank you very much, mate.
No worries. I mean, it seems to be, a fair trade.
Yeah, well, I missed going to the post office today. I just.
Well, god dang it, son of! I'm kidding. It's fine. I don't even have a kit to throw that stuff on yet.
That's all right. That's the joy of
Okay,
it.
so my problem is I got the kit, but I don't have the wheels anymore because the wheels are now on the Mustang. So I need to get new wheels.
You need to check out my mate, Twist Models.
Yeah.
He's he made these ones.
Nice. Yeah.
He made these ones.
Ooh, hello.
Those are a little bit.
You know what I really want? I want a set of Volk TE37s. I don't know why, but I am obsessed with that rim. I have no freaking clue. Volk TE37 rims. I am obsessed with those fucking things.
If he doesn't do them already, message him. He might be able to make them because he's done those ones. I'm not really a rolling advert for him, honest.
Bullshit. Nice. Oh, those are sick.
That set this set here are going on my 2019 Super.
Nice.
Tell you what, I really want to get the
Seats.
Subaru BRZ.
Yeah.
Is it the BRZ? It is the
Same
BRZ.
here.
BRD,
Yeah, FRS.
six,
One of the
same
two.
difference.
Yeah, the
I wanna get a real
Toyota
one.
86, the Toyobaru boys, you mean? Nice.
Really good quality seats, and I've even got the adjustment bar on the bottom.
Yeah, I can see that. I just spotted that. The little bar underneath. That's cool. Dude, have you seen that guy called Akara Modeler or whatever? He's on Instagram. He makes 1/64th scale Hot Wheels stuff, but he makes like the little oil cans and stuff, and you can legit put liquid in them and everything. He has like YouTube little videos of him pouring oil in these cans, and they're 1/64th scale. He opens them with tweezers and shit. He's got a
Unreal.
seat that's in a car that the way you actually like move it is you lift the seat bar up with tweezers and it slides backwards and forwards. His name's Akara Modeler.
I'm gonna look him up.
Nuts. Oh,
That's
and
He's on
by the
Instagram.
way,
He
all
is
the
nuts.
exhausts, all the pipes, and the
Nice.
Hoonigan handbrake.
I really want the
Nice.
Hoonigan
All from
handbrake.
Twisted.
Like, I really, really do. I really want a Hoonigan handbrake. Like, I think that would be really cool on that Dodge Dart now that I'm thinking about it. Like,
Yeah,
do a
just
Dodge.
drop him a DM and he'll sort you out.
All right,
I just
will do.
realized those handbrakes would look good as a shifter in a semi truck.
That would look good.
True that.
All right, guys. I'm going to switch off, so take care. I'll speak to you guys soon.
Right on, man.
All right.
Good talking to y'all. I'll be around.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon, mate. And
See ya.
as soon as I've got all the Turbo Dork stuff from, well, hopefully I'll send some Turbo Dork paint. As soon as Exit 23 send us the stuff, I'll let you know what they've got.
Cool. I'll add him to that
Prizes.
chat too.
All right, cool, mate. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Alan, take care, mate.
See you later, bro.
See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.